Alright, we start early. We're starting earlier today. We're doing this earlier today. And, okay, first things first. Yes, I'm holding the Stanford pillow. This doesn't mean anything. I borrowed this from Mark. Mark was very gracious in letting me have this for the day. Which is we're doing Stanford in one sitting. Because I don't want to do it in 2 sittings. I'm pretty sure that the in-between parts of the Stanford and Staley routes are mostly the same. Yes, hello Mark, thank you for the pillow. I'm never gonna beat the Stanford allegations like this. Fuck it, I'll live with it. We live with it. After I've finished clearing out the goddamn bots in my Twitter replies and messages. I'm up to 40 bots now. They send messages and Discord friend requests, and I hate it. Thank you. I treat him well. I will try. I make no promises, but I will try. Oh, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be really hard. Okay, let's just... Why? Look, I have very, very mixed and powerful feelings towards Stanford Pines. Oh, and the cats are here. Hello, cats. Are you gonna be cock-blocking me today? Is that what's happening? Alright, come on. You're getting kicked. You're getting kicked. Come on. Come on, that's both of you. Come on. Yeah, don't whine at me. Come on. Out you get. I'm gonna barricade the door so they can't get back in. It's not gonna work, but I can try. Okay. Alright. Here's the plan. We're gonna try and get through all of Ford today. Oh, thank you! I like how jank my model is. I would love to have more models, again, but unfortunately I've just not been rigging lately. I can hear the cats trying to break in again. I'm watching them pull down the door handle to try and get back in. Do you want treats? Is that what this is? Okay, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna put on Spider Dance for you guys while I go and give the cat treats real quick. I'll be 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Alright, hopefully that'll appease the cats enough that they don't break my door down again. Alright, everybody, let's just get straight. You know what? Let's just not fuck around today. Let's just go straight into it, okay? We're jumping in. We're jumping over to the Halloween screen. We got the game up. It's all happening. Make it bigger. Done. Perfect. Okay, we're manifesting me being very normal about this, okay? We're going to be very not at all weird about this today. Alright, chat? I understand last time you guys got a little bit heated. We're going to be normal citizens today. Probably. Also, hold on. I need to be a little smaller. And a little more this way. There we go. Okay. Alright, music, thank you for your service. You can go away now. Yeet! And there was silence. We got left alone with our thoughts for more than a second. We don't like that. We're back to this music. It's okay, I was a massive fanboy when I did it. It's embarrassing enough for the 2 of us. I don't know about that, Chief. Have you played the extended endings? They're fucking unhinged, my friend. Alright. So, here's what I'm thinking. I won't read the in-between sections again, but I will read the intro again. And maybe I'll do it better this time. Alright, so. Good old road trips, full of promise and ripe with potential for adventure, soul-searching and incredible scenery. Or at least that's what you thought before the novelty wore thin. As of now, your legs are cramping up, you've exhausted your travel playlist 2 times over, and your stomach is begging for something to eat. On top of all that, you're pretty sure that you're lost. I have not, I want the DLC. Hold on, everybody, we're bringing this to a grinding halt for a minute so I can send this to Mark. You understand, I'm sure. Actually, you know what, I'll auto-play this while I send this to Mark. It's alright, we've read this before, it's okay. Okay, I'm stupid. I can't send this to Mark right now. Mark, I will send it to you as soon as I'm off stream. Thank you for your service order. Alright. We are about, for everyone that didn't catch that, we are about to crash into a building. Case in point, we are about to crash into a building. We have now crashed into a building. Picking up from there. Hydrate. Okay. I'm fine. Everything about this is fine. There's smoke. Why is there smoke? You cough, fumble for the door, and manage to undo the lock just before the door is wrenched outward from your grasp. Something lands on your shoulder. A hand. Are you alright? A man stands at your open car door. His hand on your shoulder leaves to tilt your head up, and he pulls a flashlight from his coat, shining it in your eyes. 2 blinks and he lets your chin go. My man's got no sense of personal space. His eyes dart over the rest of you looking for injuries. Still stunned, all you do is watch. What's your name? And then we're good. See, we're just gonna go with it. We're going with the cringe. It's okay. Going with the cringe. It's okay. I'm Stanford Pines, Ford for short. I would shake your hand, but you look shaken up enough as it is. It didn't stop you from touching the rest of me. Mind if I crash into your place? That's one way of asking. You seem fine as far as I can tell, but you shouldn't head back out there anytime soon. Where on earth were you driving in such a hurry? Ford did... Don't get mad at him. Don't get mad at him. Just let him do his thing. You open your mouth to explain when a voice calls from inside the house. Poindexter, this better not be one of your experiments again. I've had this plate rebuilt too many times too. The owner of the voice walks out of the house and stops, slack-jawed at the side of your car in the side of, you're guessing, his house. You must have hit your head earlier because you swear you're seeing double. Sweet Moses, Ford, you've done it this time. What? This had nothing to do with me. I was testing my magnet gun and... It must have pulled this victim of circumstance into the house. I suppose it is entirely my fault. I'm incredibly sorry. I'm going to cry again. Because I enjoy causing problems on purpose. Both men look intensely uncomfortable, but Ford reaches out to give you a hesitant pat on the shoulder. Hey, look, it's fine, alright? Sure, there's a dent in the hood from the shack signage and a crack in the windshield that looks like an ominous triangle, but I'm sure she'll still run. You try to start up the car, it sputters, but ultimately nothing happens. You feel like crying again. Oh. Well, let's call a tow truck for this unfortunate soul here and forget. I'll take care of it. You're right, it is cheaper to tow it yourself. Sixty, get the magnet gun out again. I'm sick of that fucking magnet gun. No, Stanley, I'm going to fix this. What? You, fix this mess. I figured out a few alien vehicles in my time. Now, you kidding me? It takes some sort of miracle worker to bring this baby back to life, and this miracle worker is on vacation. Stanley, a moment. They're going to bicker. Ford and Stanley turn away, and you're left to your thoughts. Who could anticipate a car accident like this in the middle of a road trip? You can take care of the car, but how are you going to get home? They run buses out here, right? You could take so you can take... Why am I just throwing in random words? So you take a bus out of here and then... Ford clears his throat, shifting a little awkwardly in place. Seems like they finished their talk. So there are a few options. My brother Stanley here could drive you out of town to find a place to stay for the night, or you could stay the night here. Next one is just stand again, but Melly makes all the cursed choices. I simply couldn't. Like, I can never, okay, I can't do, like, evil runs in games that give you choices because it freaks me out. Like, if it's, in a game like this, it would be too embarrassing. In a game like, Undertale or Baldur's Gate, I would just get too upset. I can't do it. Look, I'm a chaotic little shit, but I can't be the actual bad one. We have some maps and information you can look at in the gift shop. And in the morning, we can help you with your car. What do you say? Just as you're about to answer, another high-pitched voice comes from inside the house. Grunkle Stan, picture this, a whole week of- oh my gosh! The girl that runs out of the house comes to a halt at the side of your car. Oh, great. Grunkle Ford? Why is it everyone automatically thinks I'm at fault? Because it's always you, Ford. I have to be chill on him. I can't. We're chill. Water under the bridge. We're not mad about the show. It's okay. It's not okay. Well, this time it is my fault, but I invited Melly here to stay with us for the night if she'd like. I'm sure I can fix this. I just have to figure out how. Stanley sighs. I can take a look. Being on vacation's pretty boring, and the old Stairmobile hasn't needed a tune-up yet, so it wouldn't be too bad to work on something in the meantime. Thank you, Stanley. I'm sure I can put something together from the gadgets I have laying around if you need any specialized tools to help you with the job. And let me introduce myself. I'm Mabel. You can ask me anything. I pretty much know everything there is to know around this place. Wait, hold on, I haven't even said anything yet. I appreciate your offer to let me stay, and to repair your car. I'm being bullied into accepting help. Yeah, it'll be good as new in my hands. I mean, look at my Stairmobile. She's been through the ringer who knows how many times, and she's still a beaut. He points out the red car parked a distance away. You can't really see how beautiful it is at this distance, but he sounds really confident. Fuck, can we go fortuitous this time? Free repairs, free lodging, there's no better deal to be found. And if things don't work out, the town probably has some sort of auto repair shop you can head to instead. I accept. Thanks for the help. And my apologies again, what an embarrassment. I must have made such an elementary mistake. As the Pines lead you inside the house, Mabel leaves her number in your phone for you to call whenever, and you find out that Ford's twin goes by Stan. This part's the house, but just outside that door's the Mystery Shack. Hey, you ever been to the Mystery Shack before? I wanted to, actually. I saw a bumper sticker while I was on the road and got curious. You're interrupted by a loud, triumphant ha! Those bumper stickers were a good investment. And Sixer says they're too plain and graphically simplistic and don't even have the address on them, Stanley. How is anyone supposed to find the place to attract customers? Sixer, did you hear that? Well, they are graphically simplistic. I don't know how she found the place, let alone thought what is the Mystery Shack was compelling. I kinda liked it. See? She kinda liked it. Hey, I like you, Mally. Yeah, you did, especially in the other route. Fuck. How about I give you a tour sometime tomorrow? Regular price. Tomorrow? Then I'll have to squeeze all my get-to-know-you questions in today. Mally, tell me, capybara, yes or no? At that moment, a boy passes in the hallway at the far doorway, there's a sentence, and Ford calls out to him. Dipper, my boy, I'm surprised you didn't run out to the scene of the crime. Crime? What crime? I have an alibi. I saw... Oh, you have someone with you. Hey, I'm not suspicious at all. Did you guys see the car in the side of the shack, though? For a second, I thought the Manitors were back with a grudge. Yes, about that. Dipper, meet Mally. I, stranded her car here by accident. She's staying here for the time being. Sorry, stranded her car here? You crashed it? Yeah, the S in the shack fell on it and everything, and the windows are cracked. One window, the windshield. And Mally was lucky to make it out alive. She's fine. No injuries, thankfully. The magnet gun's rather safe, despite never having been tested in a formal setting. Yeesh, did you not, take safety precautions or anything? Actually, the irony of the situation is that I was trying to install a safety precaution. Hey, if you two are gonna do all your nerd talk, I'm gonna get Mally set up. Mabel, sweetie, why don't you show Mally around to let her stay in the storage room? That's still empty, right? I'll make it empty. The rest of the day consists of Mabel showing you the storage room you'll be staying in, then the kitchen, and the living room, and the hallway, and the bathroom, and pretty much a comprehensive tour of the mundanities of a regular house. Eventually, you find out that the family is even more extended than you knew. The decorative dollies make a lot more sense, knowing a grandmother normally lives here, and her grandson, Zeus. Or is it Zeus? Whatever the name, you look forward to meeting him when he comes for work in the morning. When you go up to the attic, Mabel opens the door to reveal Dipper, no stuck in his book, but you catch him occasionally glancing up at you as he pretends to read. The next member of the family snorts up at you from Mabel's bed, a rotund pink pig who Mabel declares as her best friend and partner in crime, Waddles. The two are a perfect match, right down to the chubby cheeks and boopable noses. And in the evening, even though you've been in disbelief over the state of your car, the family dinner and after-dinner TV marathon you've been invited to made it seem like a normal guest rather than a forced circumstance. Returning to the storage room Mabel has shown you earlier, you find an air mattress waiting for you and more pillows and sheets than a summer night warrants. You wake up to the weak glare of sunlight streaming in through a small window in the wall. You can't remember your room having this kind of feature, or any hotel or motel for that matter. And then yesterday comes crashing back to you. You glance out the time and see you've slept into the afternoon. Despite having been assured yesterday evening that you were free to anything in the fridge, you still feel like you're imposing on the Pines family and try to prepare a polite guest breakfast as you can. You wash your dishes in the sink before you leave. Just as you're about to exit the kitchen, you bump into Ford. Excuse. Yes, from yesterday, of course. For a good solid moment, Ford regards you in awkward silence. Again, he completely fucking forgot, I guarantee it. Okay, we're just gonna stand here. Ford clears his throat. I believe Stanley's taking a look at your car outside if you want to be there for that. You give a nod and make to leave for real this time when Ford speaks up again. And Mally, I'm sorry again for the accident. If I'd been smarter about, well, let's just say it's entirely my fault and you shouldn't worry about this at all. When it comes down to it, Stanley does have a knack for cars. Oh, I missed a bit. Oh well, it's okay. Weeks. You can't keep the dismay off your face. You can't really bring yourself to try either. What am I gonna do with weeks? Again. Date old men. Ford, who'd gone kind of uncomfortable and closed off when your face fell, recovers at the prospect of a question he can answer. Well, there's a town to tour, of course. And the Mystery Shack. If you talk smack about the Mystery Shack, I will fuck you up, sir. But if you ask me, all that pales in comparison to... Hold on, do you hear that? Oh no. Ford turns to the kitchen doorway to investigate. Sounds like... The sound comes again, and this time you hear it as well. The squeal of a pig, followed by a pair of quick footsteps running down the stairs. Waddles tumbles past the open kitchen doorway, and Mabel comes into view soon after with a few sheets of paper clutched in hand. Ford steps quickly out of the kitchen, and you follow to the doorway, getting there just in time to see an apparent tug-of-war between Mabel and her pig over the saliva-covered sheet of paper. The paper rips, and after nearly toppling backwards from her efforts, Mabel recovers, snatching the scrap of ripped paper from Waddles' jaw and lifting both pieces up victoriously. Aha! Mabel wins again! Now I've just got to find Grunkle Ford. Ford, who'd run forward and held a... Oh my god, my brain. Hold on, we need a coffee break real quick. Hold on. Coffee. Coffee will fix this. I realize as well that I'm doing the entire intro again. I forgot how long the intro was. We won't retread the middle sections that are the same though. We'll speed through those. Okay. So, Ford had run forward and held a hand out to steady this energetic child when she'd been in danger of toppling over, now finds a number of crumpled sheets of paper shoved into his hands. Mabel tugs urgently at his coat. Hold on, of course, the best day to pick on Mally is the day my internet isn't working. I've been saved! Hey, Ash, I will fight you. I will fight you. This man does not have drip. This is bullshit. Ford is wearing a turtleneck in summer with a trench coat. There is no drip here. There's only nerd. More coffee. Oh god, the cat's trying to break in again. Was the treat offering not enough? Evidently not. Oh, okay, Mabel. Okay, calm down, Mabel, honey. It's okay. Ford kneels down to face Mabel with a serious though concerned look. Slow down, Mabel. What's the matter? Tipper found a stack of papers from your old journal, and I walked in, and Waddles ran up and started eating one, and he must have been chewing on it to warn me, Grunkle Ford, because look! Only half drip? No drip! Maybe we can compromise for half drip. Okay, but why not both nerd and drip? I cannot believe you guys are taking Ford's side on this. This is bullshit. This man does not have drip. Stop it. Oh god, okay. Mabel takes the ripped halves of the paper back from Ford's hands and joins them together, holding it up for Ford to see. I see, and you took this as a warning. Yes, it says here that it eats small dogs, and Waddles is a small pig, but he sort of looks like a dog from far away, and Waddles must have feared for his life. Drip or drop, he is. And he is... Oh god, chat. You know the funny thing about this though? I have been Mabel in this situation. Like, my dog, long since passed, but my dog back when I was a kid, he was a little rat bastard looking thing. Sweetest dog alive, ugly as sin. And he was a really, really small dog, so he was kind of like an oversized rat. If you shaved him, he kind of looked like an abomination. But he was just small enough that if an eagle wanted to take him, they totally could have. So there were times where I would take him for a walk, and then there would be these two eagles just circling above us. Like, they would swoop down and take the dog if he wasn't with me, so I'd have to hustle him back inside. Oh god. So I vibe with Mabel on this. I totally get it. Oh, I'm not happy I learned about the existence of gravity Falls dating sim thanks to your channel, but I'm not surprised. My friend, my brother in Christ. You simply must play it. It's so good though. Apparently Alex Hirsch has played it too. God bless that man. Who did he date though? Was it Stanley? It better have been Stanley. And look at it! It's gorgeous! It's beautifully done. Like the person, okay, fun fact. The person who did the stills for this, so the character stills, they're my favorite Gravity Falls artist, but they've also done official Gravity Falls work. They have a whole section in, where's the book? Hold on. Where's the book? Hold on. Let her find her cringe. Hold on. Where is it? Got it. Here it is. Got it. It's it is Gravity Falls Lost Legends for New Adventures. It's the comic book they put out. And one of the comics is done by this artist. Let me find their name in here real quick, because they're very, very good. It's my favorite one. Where is the credits? Where did they go? Skipping forward. Here it is. So, this artist did Don't Dimension It. Oh, I can't find a credit page. Where is it? Artists. Oh no. Okay, they don't put the right... Okay. Damn it. I'm not sure which name is this. But anyway, I will find a link to them or something and share it on Twitter. But I really, really like that artist, and they got to work officially on Gravity Falls stuff. I love that for them. I wonder if... I think they were working on the dating sim at the same time they were working on the official thing, so like, I like to believe they knew about that, and we're just like, yes. Proceed. You also live in a black hole known as Australia. This is true, and hello, Rose. Welcome to the Cringe Fest. Let's continue. Actually, hold on. Let's not continue. I need coffee first. You didn't know there were eagles in Australia? I think, doesn't everywhere have eagles? Aren't they one of those widespread ones? But yeah, we specifically have wedgies where I live. Wedge-tailed eagles. Ow, thank you. Thank you for the bonk. I'm awake, I promise. And of course our most common eagle we would call a wedgie. But yeah, wedge-tailed eagles are really cool. We like them. Okay. Burbs do be everywhere. That is so true though. Although our magpies look very different to everyone else's magpies. Alright. Waddle seems to second this notion with a snort. Or not. As it seems, the pig is lounging adorably a short distance away in the hallway. You can't imagine that this dangerous predator, what this dangerous predator could be. Some kind of wolf? Something bigger? You're suddenly not so keen on staying anymore. Remember the pterodactyl I told you about? Waddles was so oh my god, hold on. Remember? Hobbit, honey, if I open this door, you gonna behave? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and open the door. Let's see if the cat will behave for us. Right, you can come in, but behave yourself. No eating my hands, okay? No eating my hands. No, Missy! What did I just say?
The child demands attention, Marnie.
The child gets too much attention. They've had attention all morning. Do we have crows? Yes, we do. Crows and ravens. And magpies. The holy trinity of birds, as far as I'm concerned. Like, if you guys don't know what a magpie's warbling sounds like, Google it and listen. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's the sound of summer over here. Okay. That or kookaburras, which is... fucking kookaburras, mate. Alright, pterodactyl. You suppose pigs are allowed in museums around here? How about I finish that repellent I never got around to completing? That'll keep Waddles safe from harm. Magpies are little demons. They're little babies. They're little baby demons. Mabel flops down on the floor in relief. Grunkle Ford, you're an actual lifesaver. Waddles, you have nothing to fear. Ford chuckles, lifting himself out of a kneel. Damn it, I hate that he's good with the kids. And standing back up. Alright, I'll go get my recipe. Ford turns to leave, and you suddenly remember that with nothing better to do for weeks, you're going to be here. It wouldn't hurt to get to know Ford. He seems to know what there is to do around town anyway, and you'll need that to not die of boredom in the first week. Or, more pressingly, you could go check on your car and see what Stan's made of it so far. You're not exactly eager to face seeing your car on the side of the house again, though. Ravens have your heart. Good choice, good choice. God, it's so hard not to pick Stanley. My instinct is to go and see Stanley, but we're doing Ford today. Ford, wait. Need a hand with that recipe? I can handle it myself. Never mind, guess we're going and talking to Stan. Are you sure you couldn't use a hand? Ford looks away then, and you follow his averted line of sight to Mabel, who's just mouthed something that you can't catch. Oh, is Mabel already playing matchmaker? However, crows are growing more and more with Filza. Oh, don't talk to me about Filza. I'll go off on a rant on how much I love that man. He is silly and awkward. He's lucky he's so fucking adorable in this, I swear to God. Yeah, Mabel out here already playing wingman, okay? We just got here, Mabel. Mabel gives you a 100-watt smile, the picture of innocence. Ford rubs the back of his neck. Yes, I suppose I can accept some help. Now, was that a matchmaking thing, or was that Mabel being like, accept help from others, you fool? You fool, you moron! Yes, we all agree, Phil's Minecraft is the best man. No, Phil's Minecraft is the only man. And with that, assured that Ford is on the task, you spot Mabel rolling away with bottles into the living room. Before we get started, I suppose I should give an introduction. Malik, tell me. Oh my god, he's getting ready to do his fucking spiel. He's practiced this in his head, I guarantee it. Do you believe in the supernatural? Of course I fucking do. Bro, I'm standing here, what do you... Fuck it, I want to, that's also good. Let them guess a little bit. Pro Melly makes when? Okay, I will say this. I don't know to what extent crows are gonna be involved in the parasite mod, but they already have started to be a little bit involved, so maybe? Give him the agent's gun. You've got to convince me for it. Well, you're about to come face to face with the unexplained yourself. You see, Gravity Falls isn't some quiet, unassuming backwater town. Much more lurks below its surface. Ford pockets the crumpled journal papers and gestures for you to join him as he walks. You do and follow him through to the living room and into the gift shop. Alright, chat, chill. Oh, hold on, fellow Phil's a sub. Hold on, let me get my Phil's remotes. Which ones am I getting? All of them. Fuck it, we ball. We get all the Phil's remotes. We ball. Where's the good one? Where's my favorite? This one. Yeah. Distracted by fellow Phil's a fan, let's go. Also, Mally, do you like to decommissions for riggings? I do/did. I haven't done one in a long time though. I haven't really promoted it very much. Partly because I keep accidentally just remaking my own ones. But technically I do have a commission sheet somewhere. I think on Twitter. Get back to sending. I got so... We've been distracted by crows. I'm sorry, Ford. Ford, I'm sorry. You understand, the ADHD just hits sometimes. Okay, fine. We're focusing on the old man. Sort of. Maybe. Occasional distractions are still fun, I think. I will send that to you, Mark. I think I have a card on Twitter. I think, but I'll have to double check. But I will send that to you along with the extended endings. Alright. For example, you must have heard Mabel mention the pterodactyl. Most would say none exist in the living world today, but I say not if you know where to look. If anyone else told you this, you'd be disinclined to believe them, but the authority Ford carries is surprisingly compelling. It's the nerd energy. Ford reaches under the cashier counter and retrieves a packet of vintage-looking gum, inspecting it for a moment before slipping it into his pocket. He looks around in thought. Hold on to my explanation. Hold on to my explanation for a moment. I need to retrieve some more supplies. What? Ford ushers you out of the gift shop entrance, so you find yourself on the outside of the shack, then shuts the door behind you. Okay, I've been evicted. Okay. Respect the man's no, fuck that. I want to see. Let me see. What are you doing? What are you doing in there? The glass is dirty enough that the sunlight hitting it obscures your vision of the room within. You catch a grey and tan blurry figure that must be Ford at the far wall. Oh no. Oh, he's going down the thing. You lean in too close and have to step back before you leave a conspicuous handprint on the window pane. When you look back in, Ford is gone. You turn back around. You're just gonna stand out here until Ford returns. Not too long later, the door opens behind you and Ford joins you outside, looking no different from before. He must have stored whatever supplies he went to retrieve in his coat. The coat with the endless pockets. but the trench coat falls too naturally on his figure for him to be hiding much. The endless pockets. Where were we? Ah, yes. Ford pulls out a pen and pad of paper from his coat, walking as he writes. He's explained fuck all to me. I don't know what we're doing. Ford, use your big boy words. Just as you're about to head out, he stops and smacks a hand to his face. Oh, shoot, 1 second. My man, I understand the ADHD woes, but come on. Ford's trench coat pockets are like the TARDIS. Fucking nerd. Ford hurries back to the house, realizing he forgot one important component to his adventure, a butterfly net. Before you get the chance to ask, he strides out ahead of you, obviously in no mind to tell you what it's for quite yet. Are you a standstill? Yes, but that's not the point. My man's telling me nothing. The pair of you walk past the shack and down a well-worn path into the trees surrounding the house. Sunlight peeking between the pines. He double-checks whatever he scribbled onto the paper and tucks it back into one of his coat's seemingly infinite pockets. He stops and turns to face you with a definitive nod. My recipe for repellent calls for a sprig of lavender, 2 thin slices of oh god. Oh no. Did you not get your hammer bonk? Hold on. There you go. A drop of bat blood. Chat, you better leave. you better not be here for this. A chunk of amber and 3.5 milliliters of ink. He pauses, staring down at the path in thought. Obviously, I already have all these components on hand, all except for one last ingredient, a single moth's wing. From Mothman. Oh, I love Mothman. Let's go. You can't help it. Well, doesn't he owe you 20 bucks? Ford glances at you and you think you see a hint of a smile before he's such a fucking nerd. Turns back to the path and continues along, wind ruffling through his hair. You see, Mothman is the very creature on that page that Waddle seems to fear. Using a piece of itself should ward it away, or at least lead it to believe that Waddles isn't for eating. I would have already completed the repellent years ago if I managed to collect that wing. Was it too difficult? Oh, I just never got around to it. Besides, Mothman used to come bat at this lamp I had lit out in the backyard. It seemed like such an innocent hobby that I never really had the heart to chase it off. But if this brings Mabel and her big some peace of mind, then time has come to finish this. Why is he like this? Why are you like this? Sunlight filters in through the trees, causing a dappled? Is that how you say that? Dappled shadow across Ford's coat as he leads in front of you. Let's ask him how much he knows about the thing that's very clearly his hyperfixation. Fuck it. I study anomalies, anything unusual, strange, and just plain weird. I began my research in this town because it was, and remains, a hotbed of paranormal activity. I made this exact trip years ago, though at the time I had no idea where I was going. It was just dumb luck that I managed to tail Mothman back to its cave from my backyard. Navigating the forest by moonlight is poetic, but not advisable.
Oh, wait.
I made plenty of other discoveries as well, from fairies to gnomes to amalgams of creatures who were never meant to cross. Hold on, wait, what? I'm sorry, what? The fuck did you just say, Ford? Okay, hold on, let's take another coffee break real quick. Tell me, chat, what are you thinking about this old man? What are the vibes? Let's vibe check him. Oh no. I took one sip of my coffee and immediately went down the wrong pipe. Okay. I'm a functional adult. I feel like a disappointed parent. Why? Have I ever given any of you a reason not, like, to have hope? To have expectations? You knew what this is when you got into this. Oh, don't worry, don't worry, Pamko. There's chaos with this man. It doesn't seem that way right now, but this man's unhinged. Just give him a chance. Fought against into paranormal marriage. What? Let's see, still. That was like my first stream 3 years ago. I immediately choked on. Oh god, that was so long ago, and you haven't let it go. Potato. All this time. At least CMG is like, yeah, Ford's passing the vibe check. All right, Ford's got at least one person on their side. Okay. Well, 2. We'll count Mark. Alright. Ford reaches into his pocket and pulls out a slightly wait. Did I reread this? Yeah, fuck it. We're gonna go on the assumption that I did. Because did I? No, it doesn't matter. Take a look at these. They're more definitive proof than just my word. Sir, I'm a YouTube commentator. You're handing me doctored screenshots. This is not from Spill the okay, no. You accept the pages from him and find that they're scanned pages from some sort of journal, just as you heard Mabel say. Fluid cursive tells of Mothman and beard cubs and campfires and more. Ford gestures to them and explains. I detailed my discoveries in a series of research journals, the remaining pages at least. I wonder where Stanley was keeping these. Let's not talk about that. Where are these creatures dangerous? Walk in style. What the no. Did you draw these? Yes, of course. Who else? Sort of photo risk. I love your line work. Give ambiguous no. Jesus. What do I? Hold on. I have his book in front of me. Actually, hold on. Let me check. Let me check what I like about his work. Hold on. We're doing some preliminary research because I have the fucking 3rd journal in front of me. Okay, hold on. Alright, hold on. What do I like about his stuff? I like the line work. I like your line work, Ford. See, I think it looks really nice. My work now is far better. God damn it, he's such an artist. My old work, I hate my old work. Fucking this man. Play the game. Do it. Play it. It's free. Play it. But I appreciate the compliment. Despite his understated words, Ford looks surprisingly pleased. Were they dangerous? Oh, extremely. Some were worse. Dangerously annoying. Bro, he's so right though. Though Ford seems to find his own comment amusing, he doesn't fail to notice your unease. I do have weapons in case things escalate, so there's no need to worry. I'm more worried about you having a weapon, to be honest. I must have the clip somewhere of me choking on that drink because it was the weirdest fucking sound that's ever come out of my throat. Alright, let me put the journal back. You brought weapons? Not many. I have a stun gun, my fist, and my sharp wit. This man. I feel safer already. Pretty crazy stuff. That's one way to put it. Only took 6 years for me to get in over my head. Oh no. Oh, the traumatic backstory. He takes a silent moment to look away from your gaze, seemingly in bittersweet remembrance. You didn't bring the magnet gun? I thought it would be prudent to leave its magnetic fields alone for a while until I have the time to optimize it. You see, I was trying to widen the area of the magnetic influence, but it's been a while since I last worked with a gun. I need to re-familiarize myself with its inner workings. My guess is I switched a wrong wire or two instead narrowed the beam. I'd like to see how it works sometime. Well, go back to the Stanley route. You can see how it catches a car. Really? You know, if you're interested in devices like that, my old research colleague Fiddleford would have more to show you. He's an engineering genius around here. Tell me more. Oh, Jesus, okay. Alright, everyone, settle. Get your notebooks out. There's going to be a test. Yes, that's how we'll get the moth wing. Then why not use mothballs as repellent? Well, I've never tried. Could the most conventional... Oh my god, Ford. Could the most conventional method be the unconventional one? Or would Mothman be able to overcome its mothly nature and persist? It bats at a lamp in your backyard. I feel like the moth bombs might work. You mentioned gnomes? Other places have rats, mice, or insects as house pests. We have gnomes. Picture your typical garden gnome, but more disturbing. Tell me about the pterodactyl. Tell me about the reapers. I doubt we'll spot it today, but perhaps we can go bird watching later if you're interested. I'm not sure I would call that bird watching. Tell me about the leprechaun. Ford groans. You wait for further answer, but that's it. There are floating eyeballs here? Sounds disconcerting, doesn't it? I once released them in my house by accident and found eyeballs in the most unsuspecting places for months. My guests chose not to comment on my choice of house decor. You had guests? That's the weirdest part of that comment. Gravity Falls is home to giant bats. Hey guys, look! Bats. You. I don't know. I don't know if you guys count as bats. I'm gonna run with it. Giant fruit bats, actually. They were among the first to teach me not to judge a creature by its reputation. Hi, Nikki! I only realized they were harmless once I'd been bitten by one. Oh no, that still sounds pretty bad. They actually healed quite fast. I attribute that to the health kick I was on soon after. I'm not even gonna ask. Tell me about the Grimlob. Fuck it, I can never say this, Grimlob. Fuck it, the Grim. Tell me about the Grimmy. Ah, a rare specimen I've steered clear of when accompanied by others. Though if you want to see one in person, I'm sure it wouldn't hurt to Ford, I can't even tell you how much I don't want to see one in person. Alright. We walk in awkward silence. The health kick, you know. His juice cleanse. Oh, okay. I don't think Ford's had a healthy anything in his entire life.
Get better Taze Marley PLS.
Hey, look, this one, look, you can't say that to me, say that to Mark. I am simply getting the set. Go and get you a nap, Mickey. Suddenly Ford puts an arm out in caution, slowing his pace. You narrowly manage not to collide with him and take a quick glance around to see nothing. Look, there. You see what looks like a bundled up plaid shirt moving along the forest floor. Wait, is that a beaver's tail? It looks like a platypus. The Australian in me can't help but kind of love that. He did date he did date a triangle. You want to talk about fucking standards?
Marley, stop simping.
You want to... This man dated a triangle. What do you want from me? He's definitely not going to have a healthy relationship. I mean, would we be considered an upgrade from Bill or a downgrade? I genuinely don't know. Oh, what are you doing all the way out here? Don't you mean a platypus? Ford shakes his head with a grin. I feel like it would be weirder if there was an actual platypus out there. You're in America. I meant what I said. It's a platypus. Fuck. Ford, I'm going to strangle you. Ford moves into a crouch, but stays at a respectful distance, following the small creature. Just imagine him, like, doing that little crouch walk. I could fix it! Alright, Mark's gonna fix Ford, I'm gonna fix Stan. Between the two of us, we'll have a single functional person.
A platypus.
Platypus. You watch him, and after a moment mimic his actions. Ford giving the creature a bright smile, the first of its kind you've seen since leaving the Mableton shack. Aw. You're a cute one, aren't you? And in one of my favourite patterns too. He's such a dork. Ford motions for you to move forward a little more to the distance he's maintaining. If I were to rate the oddities that live in this forest on a scale of least to most annoying, these little guys would get immunity. They have done nothing wrong and I appreciate them for it. He's like, this is the only creature in this forest that hasn't hurt me. As the two of you watch in quiet appreciation, the platypus ambles into the underbrush and vanishes from view. What a cute little guy. Yeah, it is a cute little guy. The two of you continue deeper into the forest. The foliage seems denser now, and you look through the treetops for a glimpse of the sun, which has now dropped low in the sky. It had already been getting late when you left, but you hadn't thought Mothman would be this far out. Really? Almost as though he read your mind, Ford answers for you. Mothman is rather reclusive, and as such, lives deep within the forest than bolder creatures like the gnomes. Silence. Are you alright? Huh? That is, are you tired at all? I should have asked sooner, it's just been a long time since I travelled with anyone new. Stanley, tends to speak his mind without my asking. We've been robbed of, like, not having Ford and Stanley adventures. We've been robbed. I'm worried about getting out, I was tired of such a lot. Fuck it, we ball. I'm glad to hear it. Still, we have some time until sunset. Let's wait here in the meantime. Tell me about Stan. I suppose it wouldn't do any harm to tell you. He says that, but the tone of his voice says he's been dying to tell someone for months. Oh, damn it. That's the thing. What gets me with Stanford in this is that he's like, he's just a little ball of nerd energy, and I love that for him. I've been sailing with Stanley around the world, chasing after hotspots of anomalous activity. He seems to view it as a vacation, but I saw it as a chance to back up on some serious research. I've been rather eager to break the news of what I've found to the world, but I must organize my findings. And if I'm honest, I still need some time to get back into the swing of things. Must be strange after to come back home after traveling for so long. More than you know. Ford laughs, shaking his head. Behind his glasses, his eyes are downcast, almost sad. You want to ask, but decide to stay silent. We haven't unlocked the tragic backstory yet. The moment the sun touches the horizon through the gaps in the treetops, Ford gestures for the two of you to continue. You hadn't noticed, but you'd been resting within a short distance of a small clearing that holds a cylindrical stone marker. How have I been keeping? Yeah, I've been alright. It's definitely getting better. I'm gonna contribute some of that getting better to dating old men. Fuck it. The stone marker bears an intricate swirls carved into its surface. Ford reaches into his coat and produces a pack of gum from earlier, opening it and dumping the pieces out onto his palm. Gum? Yeah, fuck it. Give. Thank you. Unsure of why you came all the way out here to unwrap gum at sunset, you accept the stick of gum. Ford puts the remaining gum in his coat breast pocket. How many fucking pockets does this man have? He unwraps the now empty gum packet to reveal that it was hiding a small piece of parchment folded up to act as lining. He smooths it out against the stone, holding it under a deep orange-red light of sunset. You step closer to look over Ford's shoulder. The parchment holds a detailed drawing of the swirls carved into the stone, documenting every crack on the surface. You watch as the golden cursive unfolds itself across the page, seemingly fueled by the sunset's warm light. Ford reads the words as they appear. Such a place the Mothman doth rest. But please do not disturb his nest. If kindness be something thou bereft. Ford lifts the parchment a little higher to prevent his shadow from obscuring the rest of the line. Follow thy nature and turn left. I think we turn left. Gee, I fucking wonder. Need more skill points. Bruh. Did you just say... that was the most roundabout way of saying I have a skill issue. Oh my god, new bunny? What's the bunny's name? Give us the bunny's name. I think so, Mally. We press onward. It's like a really elaborate way of telling someone to turn left. Left leads you to a dimly lit cave, which Ford says he remembers well. Except last time he was here, it was pitch black since he arrived in the middle of the night, because my man has no goddamn sense about him. From its depths, you hear the faint sound of dripping water echoing off the cave's shrouded walls. You slow as your eyes attempt to adjust the low light. Ford pauses in front of you, reaching into his coat for something. Hold on, I have a flashlight in here somewhere. This cave has never received much natural light, you see, and he rummages further, and you see a couple of... You brought your D&D dice? Sorry, DD and more D. The pad of paper from earlier and a quill. My man. You have a... Why? I gotta stop questioning him. He has some custom pocket work going on there too. And you bet one of his coat inner pockets has a pen protector in it. Here we are, at last. Allow me to... Darn, out of batteries. How are you going to be out of batteries when you have so much crap on you? Wait, I think I have one. You pull out your phone and turn on its flashlight. The light is small, but it does the job. Huh. Do you have a phone, Forward? You need you a phone. You saved our hides there, Melly. I was about to pull out a matchbook. This man doesn't have a phone. With your light guiding the way, you and Ford move further into the cave, which yawns wide around you. It isn't until the sliver of natural light from the entrance disappears that Ford speaks again. It's been years since I've last been here. Decades even at this point. But I always remember the eye bats as one of my first discoveries when I arrived at Gravity Falls. How'd you find them in the first place? One got into my house, you see. I was making breakfast one morning and one managed to find my cereal box. When I poured the cereal into my bowl, it came fluttering out, agitated like it belonged there, the nerve. He still sounds so indignant, even years later, that you laugh. I wanted to contain it for further study, but unfortunately it managed to get away. As I thought about it afterwards, its pupil had constricted against the light, unfamiliar of the bright light in the kitchen, so either it's nocturnal or it lives in the deepest, darkest cave in Gravity Falls. I found them easily after that. What do you mean you're surprised I had my phone? I'm a God-fearing... Am I a millennial? I think I'm a millennial. Did you manage to catch one? Somewhat. I came running through this cave with a butterfly net and my wits. I have a feeling it was more just wild swinging of a butterfly net, but okay. I brought a working flashlight at the time. They all hid in the dark corners. Once I turned the flashlight off, they flocked to me. I caught 18 of them that day, but it reminded me of the stealth uses of. The rapid sound of clicking claws against stone startles you, a shiver running up your spine. The dark. You turn off your light, Ford taps your shoulder and gestures for you to keep moving forward. Eventually, the narrow passage widens into a large room. The darkness shrouds the source of dripping water from view, but as your eyes adjust, you squint to see a strange winged shadow, a shadow with eyes that glow red in the near darkness like rubies. Your breath catches in your throat as the realization comes over you. Ford is apparently fairly close to you in the room, you find when he speaks a few inches from your shoulder. You catch the shadow of his arm swinging out in a wide arc like he's introducing you to, Mally, I'd like for you to meet Mothman. I now wish to date Mothman. Mal's dating pool is currently the nursing home. At least we've upgraded. Is it an upgrade? Especially when one of the men is still a con man. Is it really? Oh, I need more coffee. Okay. He whispers, but even in the dark, you see him grinning excitedly at you. Ford looks between you and the Mothman, apparently hoping for some dramatic reaction. Your speechlessness seems to satisfy him. Again. Dork. Don't worry, it hasn't noticed us yet.
Now, listen.
Here's the plan. You make contact with Mothman, and he pulls out a butterfly net in a large lidded jar. Now where that one came from within his coat of mysteries is lost to you. We'll capture one of the 100 moths that compromise it. I get to touch the Mothman. Yeah, seriously, isn't that a little... Can you do it? I'll take that. I get to touch the Mothman. the myth, the legend. I get to touch the Mothman. If you were born post 1996, you're technically Gen Z. Wait. Let me think about that for a sec. Wait, no, no! Bro, what? No! Surely not. Is that accurate? No. That can't be true. I refuse. So wait, the oldest Gen Zeta would be what, 27 now? Am I thinking about that right? That's wild. I don't like that. Yes, and it turns into 100 black witch moths. It's like experiencing a swarm of locusts, surprising when you're not expecting it. Remember, even just a light touch is enough. You steel yourself, awaiting Ford's signal. He waves his hand to coax you forward, then it's up to you to decide how to, well, make contact. Ooh, around the blind spot, run straight at it. Do we ball? I think we ball. The music is making me want to yeet. Fuck it. With an honorable battle cry, you charge straight at Mothman. It lets out a screech and beats its wings aggressively, cueing you to dive straight at it. As soon as you make contact with Mothman's chest, the swarm of moths flutter around you trying to escape. Wait, moths, of course. Light. You turn the light on your phone back on, and the bright light spooks the moths, while keeping a few dancing around the light source. Nice. The motto of every playthrough, we ball! You walk slowly back to Ford, who sees the remaining moths fluttering around the phone in your hands, and puts the butterfly net back in his coat. He gently brings the jar over to them and screws it closed. Well done, Mally. That wasn't too hard, was it? I just yeeted myself. It worked out really well. Ford pockets the jar, and you turn off your phone's light, releasing the few remaining moths back into the darkness. Did we just imagine for a second you're a creature that bursts into many smaller creatures. If someone takes some of those smaller creatures, did we just steal Mothman's kidney?
Shame we ball doesn't work in Minecraft.
Damn, it doesn't. It really doesn't. We cube? We square? We die repeatedly? It was amazing. Ford laughs, brushing dust and dirt off his trench coat. You could say that. Our completed repellent is within sight. Let's head back. Ford turns to leave the cave. He looks calm and content. You, on the other hand, are buzzing with energy under the adrenaline rush. Should you go for a high five? Yes! Yes, you should. Bro, high fives. Let's go. Aw, that's so... Aw. You raise your hand in a universally understood offer of a high five. Ford pauses, then grins, high-fiving you. Or rather, 6. I don't think... Has OP even, addressed the fact he has 6 fingers? I don't think they have. I think they've just not said anything about it. When you and Ford finally reach the cave entrance, you find the forest that you'd left in the dying light is now awash in with a silvery glow. A gap between the leaves overhead provides a view of the night sky, along with long strings of stars. Is this like a fan game? Yes. The funny thing about this is it's a fan game, and then there's fan-made endings for the fan game. But yeah, this is a fan game. Although I pointed this out earlier, and I will point this out every time I get the chance, that someone who's worked on official Gravity Falls content is also the person who did the stills for this game, so Godspeed. A few more steps and the Milky Way comes into view, looking as if a tear across the fabric of the sky. Ford notices you looking. Oh god, we're stargazing already? That's wild. See something? The pterodactyl doesn't usually come out this late, but being a prehistoric creature, its behaviors are rather unpredictable. I've never seen it. I haven't seen it in a while. I've had a couple of chances this summer. It looks stunning over a calm ocean at night. It's incredible up here. He gazes up at the night sky. A whole year has passed, yet it still feels strange to see a sky I recognize. What? Yeah, quick question, Ford. What? Oh, traveling. You know, I was in a different part of the world. Nice save. Nice save, Sixer. 10 out of 10. No, not questionable at all. You both stare up at the sky in comfortable silence for a few moments. The quiet of the forest settles in, along with the distant sound of flowing water, and you find yourself surprisingly glad that Ford had accidentally pulled you here, if this is one of the moments you get to experience. Out of the corner of your eye, you swear you see Ford looking at you instead of up, but when you tilt your head back down, his attention is elsewhere. No. His stupid, embarrassed face. Yeah. The sixth finger isn't even deformed. I don't know why he gets bullied for it. Kids will bully you for anything. Like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Eventually, the two of you come to a wordless mutual agreement to continue on, and you're walking again. You'll have to show me the other creatures that live here sometime. You're glad you said so when you look over and find that Ford looks pleasantly surprised to hear it. His chest puffs with... God, he's such a fucking nerd. His chest puffs out with pride. Damn it, I don't want to like Ford, but it's really hard not to. Of course, maybe we'll even spot the hide behind or tag along with Dickbur when he next visits the multi-bear. The what? Ford taps his temple, grinning. You have to wait until I show you to find out. Damn it, he's enjoying this too much. I'm holding you to that. We have some time left before we get back if you're up for another walk. You must make a face because Ford looks back to you and laughs. We're not far, I promise. Just thought I might answer a few of your questions if you have any. Forget the question. No, fuck it. Tell me things. Tell me all the things. Unlock secret backstory. And then the OP immediately is like, hey, you lift. You must stay in great shape if you do this all day. You know, actually, this sort of thing isn't part of my exercise regime. Ford turns, you have an exercise regime? Quick question. My early sleep schedule can be described as stereotypes. Like, now, please don't. Kids do just be mean. Got bullied in school for my thumbs being like slightly wider than usual. Kids said that I was probably born without thumbs, so they amputated my... Jesus, that's creative bullying, actually. Give them a solid 8 out of 10 for that one. I mean, when it comes to fingers and hands and toes and stuff, like, any slight quote-unquote weirdness can get you bullied. Like, I don't know how many people are like this, but a lot of people can bend their thumbs back at the joints so that it's a perfect sort of, would it be 90-degree angle? I think that would be. But if you can bend your thumb all the way back, and some people can't. So I remember I got not bullied so much as people would be like, oh, that's gross, that's weird. But it wasn't like bullying, they just thought it was fucked. But I'm pretty sure it's like, I don't know, 25-50% of the population or something can do it. So I don't know, give that a try, guys, if you can bend your thumb back at the joint. Or people have double jointed, fuck, what is it? It's not elbows, is it? Anyway, the point is, kids will find anything to bully you for. I'm pretty sure kids are the ones that invented the idea of cankles, for God's sake. Hitchhiker's thumb, yeah, that's the one. Point is, if you have 12 fingers, the kids are gonna be talking about that. Ford turns left at the stone marker towards the sound of the river, and sure enough, after a while it comes into view. The moonlight illuminates the water as you walk along it. After following the river for quite a few minutes, the shoreline expands into a small round lake in the center of the clearing. Overhanging it is a large flat rock, the kind that can be used as a less than effective diving board in times of emergency. The emergency being that one just had to jump into the lake. I feel that. I relate with this. However, neither yourself nor Ford really look in the direction of the diving board. He leads you to the edge of the lake where a relatively flat boulder could substitute for a beach. Is that what that is? And the two of you take a seat. Alright. We've already kind of talked about this. Tell me about your family. Tell me about Stan. Can I? Yeah. Stubborn, foolhardy, a liar, and a cheat. How dare you! But a true hero at heart. There's no one else I'd rather call my brother. Damn it. Good. Good. That's what we like to hear. What about Mabel? In short, a force to be reckoned with. She radiates charm and positivity and has the depths of determination I can only guess at. You'll find out for yourself, most likely. It's hard not to wake up one day and find yourself her friend. Perhaps you already are. He wiggles his fingers spookily in the air and you laugh. I don't doubt it. Alright, what about Dipper? Dipper is very intelligent in many ways. He reminds me of, well, myself. Last summer he found the research journals I mentioned and instead of overlooking them, made some impressive contributions of his own. He has since started his own journal. I look forward to see where life will take him. He's made me proud. Oh, he's made me prouder than I can say. But who is Seuss? Oh, the handyman, Seuss. He's, well, I'm not sure what he does exactly, but Stan gave him the right to conduct his business with the shack. So he spends his days giving out tours, selling merchandise, and fooling the townsfolk, giving no refunds and the like. I may not have been around the original Mystery Shack very often while Stan was still running it, but I believe Seuss is doing the brand name good. Tell me about the shack. Oh yes, the Mystery Shack used to be my house once upon a time, and now it's a tourist trap. I'm glad for what it's become as a home. I just wish it weren't so offending to each of the senses. You're still mad about this? Come on, Ford. Come on. Embrace the Mystery Shack, Ford. He said to wait, but can I at least get a preview of what I'd be getting into? Not content to leave them to discover yourself, Well, has anyone told you about the Gobblewonker? I really wish they hadn't. You snort, taken aback by the name, but compose yourself when Ford simply raises an eyebrow. I don't think so, no. Not even in the tourist guide. Does the office even read my letters? You just know this man has sent many sternly written letters. You just know. Ford mutters to himself something about updating the tourist guide to warn against local dangers. He sighs with a frustration that's reserved for bureaucracy, but soon lightens up at the prospect of getting to introduce you to another strange creature. Well, the Gobblewonker is a large sea creature that lives in this very lake. But then is it really a sea creature? One could say it's our version of the Loch Ness Monster. My old research assistant apparently saw it at some point. He said it was very large, grey and scaly, with a long neck like a giraffe. You wouldn't have had any odd sightings yet. I just got here. This is my first time being at this lake, sir. It's only been 24 hours, but my own first encounter with the strange occurred shortly after my arrival as well. I think my strange encounter is your family. I think the fact that your magnet gun pulled me into someone's house is the strange encounter. Wait, can I just make something up? Wait, can I just fucking light it? Can I just gaslight? Maybe. I saw Mabel stick kitten-shaped stickers all over her face today. That must count for something, right? Ford laughs. I'll be sure to write that anomaly down once we get back to the shack. Alright. Tell me about the sky. You ask Ford if he has a favorite constellation, and his answer comes faster than you expected. This man has opinions. Orion then Ursa Major, without a doubt. What about you? Ooh. They don't have mine! We're not saying that. Oh, but they don't have the Southern Cross, which is my favorite constellation, because I'm fucking Australian and fight me. Fuck it, pick me. Oh, no, I like stars in general. So in a sense, they're all your favorite. Fuck, can I stay? I've been here for one day, can I stay? Are you really okay with me staying here? Absolutely, I owe it to you after all. You helping me today, however, was not part of the plan. You're making it rather hard to settle my debt. I think you did me a favor just by letting me come along today. The two of you share a smile. Ford looks out across the lake and thought, Melly, I have to admit, I didn't want you to damn, okay, hurt my feelings. I didn't want to take you with me today. I thought I'd be walking myself into an uncomfortable social situation. I feel that. So did you, to be honest. And you did well out there. Not many tourists could handle the kind of task we just completed. This had the potential to have gone disastrously. I mean, a butterfly net against Mothman? Easily a 3% success rate. Then why was it your plan? Sometimes, the more Ford speaks, the less reassured you feel until all that's left is a distant unease. You smile and nod anyway. The two of you sit in another moment of quiet. Night air pleasantly chill around you until Ford breaks it again. We should head back now. I'm sure Mabel will want to hear we've been successful. You stand and give Ford a hand up from the makeshift bench. Ford takes the lead again, and soon you're no longer able to catch sight of the lake when you glance back. Ford gradually adjusts his pace to yours, walking side by side with you in companionable silence all the way back to the shack. Almost there. You recognize from the incredibly flashy signs touting phrases like Mystery Shack this way and Sasquatch to your left that you are extremely close to arriving back at the shack. He is an astrology girl, you're so right. As you and Ford leave the tree line, you see the bright light shining on the porch. You make out the faint outline of the kids' shadows as they run through the house and emerge in the attic window. Mabel pushes it open, leaning out. Grunkle Ford, finally! You guys took so long I had to cover waddles in macaroni! Why would you do that? I have my reasons! Did you get the thing? Yes, and I'm coming inside, so can we stop shouting? Mally, come along, we've got a pig to save. Ford strides into the shack, a man on a mission. You grin and follow, but not before taking one last look at the night sky. Yeah, maybe your stay won't be too bad after all. Back inside the shack, the grand conclusion to your expedition to Mothman's cave is spritzing Mabel's pig with newly finished deterrent until the poor piglet reeks of lavender. You see Mabel and Dipper head up to bed looking sleepier than usual as a result. Something about lavender is so soothing to the senses that you crash out fairly soon afterwards, face first onto your makeshift bed. I love him, you're on island. Okay. Okay, Mark, calm down. Mark, you have to share. You have to share the old man. As an Aussie, this is like walking to a corner shop for you, right? Pretty much. Alright, let's have more coffee. Okay. Now I think this will be the same as in Stan's route, so I think we can kind of just... Yeah, okay, so this will be the same until until the Grunkles show up, I think. So we can just breeze through this. Because we've done this before. We'll get waffles today, I think. Oh. Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to backtrack a bit. We've missed a whole bunch. Whoops. Just ignore that. I didn't realize that it did actually change a whole bunch. Okay, so it won't let me go back all the way. Okay, fuck it, we buggered it. Shit! Hold on, wait. Do we just load? Can we do that? Alright, bear with me for a second. Hold on, we're just gonna... Fucking hold on. I did not realize that it changed that much. And we'll just do everything exactly the same. I gotta remember to save. Skip.
Scuff.
Shh. It didn't happen, you saw fuck all. I don't know if we have to... I don't think we have to go through all that. We're speed running the date. Don't worry about it. Thing is, I don't know if I have to re-ask all of these questions or not. I don't think it matters if I don't do this, but I don't want to accidentally miss something. It's important. Okay, alright. So this time we know that we have to not skip as much. Okay. Okay, there. We're back on track. Don't worry about it. Okay. Why are we having court and chat? Am I on trial again? You going to South Australia soon? I'm gonna burn to death in the moonlight. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't even worry about it. Hello? Do we call you 69 or here? Alright. We wondered where you were once we got back to a suspiciously quiet house. If it weren't for Dipper's note, we would have been worried. Sixer would have been worried. I tried to tell him you kids pull this kind of stuff all the time. Heading out unannounced, putting stress on your poor old Grunkle's heart. He puts a hand over his heart dramatically. All those missing hours of unpaid child labor. Actually, that note wasn't me. Well, I wrote it, but Mally's the one who said we should do that so you know where we went. Both, again, they're so shocked that I can be a responsible adult. Both Ford and Stan look at you in surprise. Really? Figured these two knuckleheads dragged you here. Why not make breakfast at home? This place is at least a 15-minute walk from the shack. Well, you glance at Dipper, swiping his finger across Mabel's cheeks, licking the blueberry syrup off. Mabel has a pancake in her mouth, chewing on it like a grazing sheep. I wanted to treat them to something, I guess. It's the least I can do. You're letting me stay with you and fixing my car. I thought since you were gone, I'd take these two out for a change. Also, Mabel was gonna make Mabel cakes again. You're just mad you can't even make toast right. What? Yes, I can. I burned it one time. One time! Dipper holds his syrup-tipped finger in the air and indignant. Well, Mabel wanted you guys to enjoy her Mabel cakes too, and since there wasn't much food, I figured I'd take them out. Stan snatches the pancake from Mabel's mouth and takes a bite of it, cackling when she stands on the seat to try and grab it back, climbing over Dipper to reach. Aside from the kerfuffle, you catch Ford's eye. Was he staring? My man is already down fucking bad. What's going on? Mal, I'm white. A new variation of white in which you burn in moonlight. As soon as he realizes, he quickly sets his gaze elsewhere, looking over your head and out the window. You'd say that he probably just shifted his attention, but his finger hooks under his high... My man's a mess. Under the high neck of his sweater and tugs at it. My man's a mess, and so am I. Well, Mally, I really appreciate you looking after Dipper and Mabel for us. It was very kind of you to bring them here. Oh, it wasn't a big deal, really. I'm happy to help. You smile at him, pretending you don't feel how warm your face is. They're both so down bad. Maybe it's just hot and greasy. Ford looks close to the shade of his sweater. Dipper mumbles an ow, and you catch Mabel elbowing his side, waggling her brows at him. You're not sure why. Well, kid, if you're paying, scoot over, Dipper. I want breakfast too. Stanley, it's at least 12:30 now. Grunkle Ford, that means it's time for brunch, duh. See? This kid gets me. Now let me in so I can get some grub. Dipper moves to your side of the booth as Stan sits next to Mabel and Ford sits at Dipper's side. Lazy Susan comes back and takes orders for another round of food and drinks for everyone, including Mabel, who decided she wanted more pancakes. You're starting to regret offering to pay. But as Stan and Mabel try their hand at the syrup drip race with Dipper cheering them on, Ford watching with a wide grin on his face, you know you don't really mind that much. After the expedition to find Mothman, you accompanied Ford on a few other missions, so to speak, examining various birds of the forest, including the questionable stomach-faced duck, who snatched your sandwich and quickly ran off, Ford on pursuit. This isn't your everyday, this isn't your normal everyday darkness, this is advanced whiteness. Oh, mood though. You asked why he decided the octopus was too stupid to study, but received a loud groan and too sticky as an answer. Valid point. All in all, your adventures with Ford have been more enjoyable than you expected, and you can't help but hope that you'll get to experience another with him soon. You walk through the living- oh my god, are we gonna play the game? Play D&D with me, Ford. You walk through the living room lost in thought about the question quails and Ford's journal pages, and narrowly avoid slipping on a sheet of graph paper. We're playing D&D! I don't look! Oh, it's you. Dipper peers out over a book that proclaims D&D and more officially licensed campaign journal. He's sitting on a yellow armchair with crisscrossed legs barricaded in books and paper. He's got a lap of multicolored... lap? Yeah, I guess so. He's got a lap of multicolored dice, getting half a dozen chewed pencils strewn across the floor, and one in his mouth. You look down and notice the floor is almost entirely covered in graph paper. Hi, did you need something? I know it's kind of messy and I should probably clean that up. Dipper looks reluctant to extract himself from his self-constructed fantasy law prison. Self-constructed fantasy law prison. There's a phrase I feel like I need to integrate to my everyday. Here, I can do it. You look busy. You're about halfway through cleaning the floor before you actually start looking at what's on the various sheets you're holding. A fantasy map, some floor plans, countless scribbled notes and calculations in the margins. What are these for? You planning something? Dipper's re-immersed in his planning. He startles a little when you ask. Oh, right, it's no big deal. It's just this great pen and paper role-playing game called Dungeons and More Dungeons. DD and MD for short. It's all about fantasy worlds and statistics and swords and, well, it's kind of difficult to explain, but it's super fun. I'm playing with Grunkle Ford today, so I'm putting down the final touches on my dungeon. He's gonna be so stumped. Stumped, you say? A challenge, you say? Ford comes into the room at that precise moment, drying his hands on his trench coat. The fuck were you doing? What were you doing? I want to know what you... It never doesn't matter. Perfect timing, Dipper. I just managed to get the paint off my hands. What the fuck have you been doing? Paint from what? Oh, one of the gnomes came by and decided he'd graffiti the side of the house. Something about his rapper persona. Yeesh. Yes, I don't think Jay Gnomesy is going anywhere in the music business. In any event, I see you've been hard at work. Are you ready for our game? Yes, and oh, Mally, I can take those now. Thanks for the help. Ford looks like he just noticed you standing there for the first time since he entered the room. My man is... The ADHD do be hitting hard, though. Mally, glad to see you weren't too shaken up by our adventure yesterday. You grin and hand Dipper the tall stack of papers, catching a glimpse of the stats for a knock-knock skull. Well, I made it back in one piece, right? That's the spirit. Though 90% of that of a piece would have been good too. What 10% of me would you let die? You know, you never realize how little difference 10% makes until you lose it. Ford? What the fuck did you just say? Uh-huh. So how was Mothman? Shaken up, all in the name of research, though. I've seen it lose a few moths and come back the next week good as new. A process akin to cycling out dead fucking words. A process akin to cycling out dead cells. I would say we just expedited that process. No moral issue here. Would it have stopped you if there was a moral issue? Well, Mally, the game calls and I must answer. Stanley's about if you're looking for him, though. Well, if you wanted to join our game, I certainly wouldn't object. I can promise a fun afternoon. Another player! Yeah, totally. I can give you a pre-made character sheet to start and dice and... shoot, where'd I put my other set? Don't worry, I've got an extra set, because of course you do. I can't judge him. I have... How many desks? I've got 4 different dice sets, like, sitting on my desk, so... Yeah, I can't even be judgy about this. Me? I don't even know how to play. I mean, there are so many rules where to start. I mean, it's really easy to pick... This is how I sell D&D to my friends. Like, kind of popular now. You're not sure about committing the whole afternoon to this game with Ford, though Dipper does seem pretty excited about it. But Stan's around too, and you wanted to go check your car. Stop dangling Stan in front of me, game. Well, think about it, Mally. Dipper, my boy, why don't you and I get set up in the meantime? Ford and Dipper launch into fantasy lore talk as they prop up a corkboard against the yellow armchair, pin up various maps and floor plans with important landmarks, and upend their pouches of dice onto the carpet. Fuck it, let's play. We ball. We always ball. Great! Oh, shoot, did you look at the plans earlier? Those were for Dungeon Master's eyes only. If only I'd known you'd go to join us. I didn't look. Oh, okay. That's kind of funny. Fuck it. That's kind of funny. Ha ha, very funny. Or do you? Grugford, do you think they... What? Sorry, I was rereading this passage on Dwarven architecture. They really improved the illustrations, so I can't say the same for their prose. Dipper and Ford put the final pieces in their place. The floor is encircled in a mix of propped up corkboards, books, maps, notes, and loose leaf paper. Ford unfolds the game box in the center of the madness. Brilliant, we're all ready. Don't look so nervous, Mally. You'll have me here to walk you through it. I am even more nervous now. Ford sits down next to the game board. He pats the piece of carpet next to him, inviting you to sit, and you do. Dipper sits across from you on the other side of the board game and unfolds an illustrated piece of cardboard, propping it up in front of him. He notices your questioning gaze on it and looks back at you. Oh yeah, this is so strange because, like, I don't know much. I know enough about D&D, but the game is treating it as if I have no idea at all. And I kind of appreciate that. Oh yeah, this is the Dungeon Master screen. It's there to protect my secrets. It essentially hides dice rolls and plot points from prying player eyes. Gruggle Ford's tried to look ahead once or twice. Ford! cheatery in my house without me and spoiled a narrative twist, and you were the only player. I'm just making sure my Dungeon Master apprentice stays on his toes. You can never be too vigilant. Old man cheats. Dipper gathers up his dice in a pile next to the DM screen, ready to roll when needed. Now, I mentioned an extra dice set, didn't I? Dice are important, though by no means essential component of gameplay. No adventurer should leave the house without a set. I keep mine in the souvenir velvet dice bag from local game store. Yes. Ford retrieves a dark drawstring bag from his coat and empties it on the floor with dice of all different shapes and sizes come tumbling out. And now for yours. Ford pulls out another matching drawstring bag from the depths of his coat. They were having a buy one, get one free discount. Go ahead, take a look. These will be yours for the session. You pour these dice onto the carpet as well, metallic gold with numbers embossed in black. They fucking... I actually have... Hold on. Hold on. Why do I have my dice? Why does this man actually have my dice? What? Why he have my gold dice with the black highlights? What? Why he have these? I don't know if you guys can hear me shaking my dice, but what? How he just have my... I'll put a picture on Twitter. Be like, why does this man have my dice? That's weird. Okay. I'll put a picture on Twitter after this. Cause yeah, these dice that I currently have in my hand.
It's fate, Marley.
They're very heavy dice. They're very good dice. They were a gift from my dad because while Dad doesn't understand any of my hyperfixations, he's very supportive, and he saw me staring longingly at them during a convention and bought them for me. Even though he had to go back to the store runner and be like, I don't know what the fuck my daughter was just staring at, but I want whatever she was looking at. So yeah, I'll put a picture on Twitter after this. That's funny. Alright, fancy. While I didn't have enough left to make them from solid gold, I was able to electroplate a set for fun. Why are you like this? Pop it, stop jumping on the table. Great Uncle Ford, you electroplated these dice? They're so nice. That didn't mean to rhyme. Maybe you should be the one with the rapping career, not Jay Gnomesy. Ford and Dipper laugh. Yeah, maybe not. But anyway, let me reintroduce our characters. Dipper clears his throat, settling into the Dungeon Master persona. When we last left our heroes, Miv the Meddling trapped the great elven wizard. Oh, God. Fucking fancy names, mate. Okay. Just call them... Oh, why, Dipper? Okay. Fuck, I don't know how to pronounce any of these. I'm just gonna skip over. The halfling fighter Tyros in a dungeon filled to the brim with puzzles, riddles, and brain teasers. To reach Miv and the end of this journey once for all, they'll have to brave the dungeon's mysteries and escape with their lives intact. Dipper sets two figurines side by side on the game board. One is an imposing figure flowing in robes, and the other is much shorter in comparison, but posed with the will to prove himself. You suppose the former is... You know what? I'm gonna make up a name. Ferdinand. Call him fucking Ferdinand. The latter is Tyros. But, would our two heroes find in the first... Oh, well, at this rate, our two heroes are going to find a cat destroying their game. Find in the first room of the dungeon, but a potential ally, just as trapped as they are, who will join them in their quest for freedom. Dipper places three figurines on the carpet just off to the side of the game board. And you get to choose your character now, Mally. They're starters with pre-made templates, so they're good for short notice additions like this. Fucking... I want to be a bard! I want to be a singy boy! You know I want to be the bard, come on. Bards are used in use invigorating songs to encourage their allies or blow their insults to damage their enemies. I've kind of reevaluated my stance on bards lately. You'll come in handy if we encounter the undead. Will we? Maybe. Hey, stop trying to play ahead. Yes, I wish to be a bard. Dipper moves your figurine onto the board besides Ferdinand. That's not their name, but I'm going to keep calling them that. And Tyros. Alright, what's their name gonna be? Alex, short for... Jeez, Alexandrios. He headed forward trying to say Alexandrios under his breath a few times. Oh no, what? Attributes, inventory? I'll just call them Alex. Here's your character sheet. It's got all the info on it. Okay. So we got an elven wizard, halfling fighter, human bard. There's no riz. Zero riz on that character. Okay, alright. Inventory? Loot. Disguise kit. Yep, okay. Alright. Our heroes... Oh, okay, I gotta close that. Our heroes encounter Alexandrius, Alex for short, in the first room of the dungeon. Alex, what's your deal with the main villain, Miv the Meddling? He bullied me. Miv murdered my family, now I seek revenge. Miv promised me eternal glory, but left a dagger on my back instead. Oh, fucking... Okay, we're just gonna casually be hitting on this man's trauma. I just woke up here with Ford help me. I like... Alex explains how she struck Miv's ire, and in turn Tyra shares that Miv once bested him in a duel, an embarrassment because Miv is a sorcerer and sorcerers aren't known for their physical combat skills. In Tyra's defense, he was still young at the time. But none of this matters because to finally face down Miv, they must escape. At this... Oh, proceed with caution, homies. Oh, look at the stained glass. Oh, that's nice. This is weird. Hold on, I'm gonna kick the cats out again. Alright, come on, Pop. I can't have you crawling all over my keyboard. What if you make me roll my dice wrong? What then? What then, Pop? Then we're out of house and home because we play D&D wrong. An embarrassment to nerds everywhere. Alright, behind you is a plain door. On the far wall of the room is a set of red doors, and to the left and right are old stained glass windows with weirdly familiar motifs on them. Having woken up here with no recollection of getting here at all, you have no way of knowing which door you came in, should go out of, or even what direction you should head in at all. And now you guys decide what you want to do. You might want to look around first. And by that, of course, we mean rolling a die to see if we can notice anything. The outcome... Okay, they're explaining D&D to me. I know this. I'll let you choose what to do here, Mally. Alright, then I'll... No, we're doing what Dipper said and we're taking a look around. Dipper said take a look around, so that's what we're gonna do. Ford shows you what to roll for the investigation check, and Dipper flips through his notebook, ready to tell you what you see. Huh, nice roll. Tacked onto one of the walls of this room is a note that reads, "Proceed with caution, homies." Tyrus pockets the note, and in the distance you hear a faint sound of rushing water. What do you do next? What's the state of the door behind us? See for yourself. I'm still the DM. I can't respond unless you check the door. Ford casts Detect Magic, and after confirming with Dipper that there is no magic behind the door, pushes it open. The three of you leave through the door. Nice. Based. As the last of you step through the doorway, it melts, seeping into the wall as if it was never there. Guess we're not going back that way. The chandelier overhead ignites, casting the room in a warm orange glow, and revealing an impressive door on the far wall. In front of it is a large cloth-covered lump. Going to the door. There's only one way to go, that's straight ahead. Wait. Hold on. Wait. What are you going to do about that lump in front of it? It's blocking the door. Can I set it on fire? Or kick it? How big is the lump? Are we talking football sized or like person sized? Fuck it, we ball. We ball! Whoa, what? Do you even have a tinderbox? No, I don't. I have candles. You check your items list and you don't. Guess not then. Hold on, I'm still a wizard with a couple of cantrips prepared. If I use this can of gasoline in my inventory, if I use this can of gasoline in my inventory first, I can cast a spark that will light into a full fire. This is like actually bullying my, you're just bullying the DM. At least we're not flirting with everything in sight. Oh my gosh, okay, so you light the lump on fire. It burns for a few seconds until the lump shifts and rises with a cry of pain. Ooh. You suddenly realize it was just a sleeping goblin all along. Fuck it, we ball. Okay. A bright light surrounds the goblin and it disappears, whisked away by a teleportation spell. With the goblin gone, all that remains is the door. I cast Detect Magic on the door. The door is steeped in magical energy, and you suspect it's what's keeping the door closed. You follow the energy back to its source, a brass knocker in the shape of a lion's head which begins speaking. To unlock what lies beyond, tell me, what is your desire? Which one of us is it talking to? The lion head looks past Verdinan, again, still not the name, and Tyrus towards Alex. Goddamn, child, why are you calling me out? Why are you calling me out, child? Its eyes glowing ruby red. What is it you desire? It's just, Fuck it. Do we be honest or do we play the game? Nah, fuck it, we ball. The lionhead is deeply offended. Nobody wants nothing, but if you say so, then my purpose is futile. Begone, homies. The door swings open and Ferdinand, Tyrus, and Alex step forward into the next room. What made you choose that answer? I couldn't think of anything that was sure to benefit the party as a whole instead of just my characters, so I forfeited my choice. Nothing was actually the answer I was looking for. Bruh. You solved my lionhead puzzle, Mally. Are you sure about that, fan? As soon as you enter this next room, the wall melds over the doorway, sealing you in. That just keeps happening, doesn't it? Glancing around, the far wall of the room seems to be a different material and color than the rest, though it could just be the lighting. To your left, you see rows of lights affixed to the wall. I want to see the lights. After inspecting and interacting with the lights for a few minutes, you come to realize a few things. There are 26 lights. You can touch them to make them glow, and you can only touch 6 of the— oh no, is this a math thing? Dipper, did you bring me a math puzzle? I am a bard specifically because I'm a dumb fuck. Why would you bring me maths? Ford, this is your problem. And once 7 are touched, all lights fade into their original color. Each light is labeled with integers? Is that how you say that? And run consecutively from 1 to 26, starting from the leftmost light. Looks like we need a password for this one. If this puzzle is fair, it must be a word we've already been introduced to, one that stands out. You think back to the first room when Tyrus pocketed the note from the dungeon. What was the word again? It was homies, wasn't it? I mean, why is that there? Why is that there? That doesn't— what? But that doesn't mean anything. Fuck it, homies? You spell out homies and the lights illuminate in unison and disappear. The room rumbles and you turn around to find a green glass door. Walking up to the get a closer look, you see that engraved on this door is a riddle. The door reads, if you go into the green glass door, you can bring a ball but not a bat. You can bring a book but you can't bring a novel. You can bring coffee but not tea. You can bring letters but you can't bring numbers. If you wish to pass, you must present an acceptable offering. Interesting one, Dipper. Let's think. A ball but not a bat. I think I understand. Mally, could you bring through the door? Sorry, what could you bring through the door? Well, what do I have? Do I have all I do have all these things. Okay. If you go into the you can bring a ball but not a bat, a book but not a novel, coffee but not tea. You can bring letters but you can't bring numbers. So I've got a flower, a pendant, hourglass, and an amulet. I mean, ow! Mark, why? Ow! Hold on, I need a coffee break then. Oh, it's one of those codes from the show? Damn. Probably should have picked that then, just for the sake of it being a code. I mean, can't I bring any of these things? I don't know if any of these are excluded. I mean, okay, so I can bring a bowl. I don't have a bowl. A book. I don't have a book. Coffee. I don't have coffee. Letters. Don't have what? Fuck it. I'm bringing the mystical amulet. Fuck it. Alex offers the item to the door. Nothing happens. Fuck! Oh, I can just go down the list. Okay. Offer my barren book of spells. And Tyrus offers his cutlass. The door dissolves, letting the party pass through. Oh. You glance forward and notice that he was watching you try to figure out the puzzle the entire time. So he saw me being a dumb fuck. Even if you weren't too good at it. Before you make eye contact with him, he turns his head back to facing the game board on the floor and— oh my god, my man's a mess. Uncle Ford, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
He's not fine. But then why is your face so red? You take a second look then and find that Ford is indeed a little red. Ford stammers his way through. It's a little warm in here as you ask if he's alright. You guess wearing a turtleneck in summer will do that to a guy. Yeah, Ford! What are you doing? Dipper raises a brow at you both, surprised. Dipper's like, don't you fucking bring your old person romance into my D&D game. And writes something down in the margin of his notebook before clearing his throat to continue the campaign. The green glass door swings open. You go through, to freedom. And there it is, the end of the dungeon. I cut it down a bit on the fly. I didn't want to make it too long. I would have run a murder mystery I've had planned for ages, but my test runs have never gone very well with my focus group. So what'd you think? My brother, I love this. It's beautiful. Too many puzzles, not enough story. Are these games always this short? What happens next? When do we fight the sorcerer? I don't know if why are these all negatives? Did I fuck up somewhere? Did I already fuck up? This was actually a transition into the next super plot-centric campaign about infiltrating the Sorcerer's Tower castle. Dipper shows you a couple of pages of his campaign book, which looks to be filled with various dungeon sketches and realistic physics calculations crowded into every spare space. Well, Dipper, I think you did well. It's not easy adding an extra player on short notice like that. I always write it in just in case, but not completely, but just a few notes. Ford and Dipper launch into a conversation about dungeon mastering as they clean up the DAMD setup, returning to the game components into their original glossy fantasy box. They're too fast and practiced for you to figure out how to help, so you just pick up the dice Ford lent you and return them to their original velvet bag. Dipper leaves to put the box back upstairs, and then it's just you and Ford. Mel, you did well for a first time, but that is just objectively untrue. I'll take you into a dungeon with me. Phrasing, my friend. I mean, Ford gives you an embarrassed smile, but you're already smiling at him yourself. I know what you meant. Thanks, Ford. A call comes from the kitchen from what sounds like Stan. Well, I'd talk more, but I better go see what he needs. For a moment, where did I get that from? Ford moves past you, heading towards the kitchen. You suddenly feel the need to grab onto this moment, like you need to say something. Ford? Yes? Now that he's looking at you again, you don't remember what you were going to say. All you say is, here's your set of dice back. Fucking nerds, both of them. Thanks for letting me use it. Ford chuckles, shaking his head. No, you keep it in case you decide to join us again next time. See you at dinner, Melly. I mean, I guess we did fine? I guess? I don't know. Did we fuck up? I mean, it doesn't look like we fucked up, but did we? I guess we fucked up. Whoops. Alright. I warned you, Ford. I don't know, Ford's not really being tsundere, he's just a hot mess. He simply is a hot mess at the moment. Alright. Now I think this will be the same up to a certain point. Yeah, okay. So we can skip a little bit. Okay, there we go. Alright. So we've done this. You step away from the scene and go to head back into the house. Being a ring bearer is thirsty work, but Stan and Ford stop you before you make it to the door. Hey Melly, thanks for playing along with Mabel with the whole wedding thing. We're both glad you're willing to entertain her whenever we're gone. She didn't make you do it, did she? Oh, she didn't. She needed a ring bearer, so I stepped up to help. Stan and Ford arch-matching brows at you. I'm very invested in the marriage of a goat and a pig, you know. The three of you laugh and Stan pats your shoulder. Ford gives you a warm smile. Well, I'm glad you're as into all this as she is. Thanks for that. Yeah, kid, it's nice of you to be nice to her, you know? Ford takes a step forward on the patio, peering down at you through his cracked glasses. You'd been somewhat intimidated if it wasn't for the fact that he's blushing. I appreciate that you occupied the kids for Stanley and I while we were out. Both of them seem to like you being around. You grin at him with a shrug. Ah, it's no problem. They're fun to hang out with. Even if I'm gonna have to have some strange photos in Mabel's scrapbook at the end of it. Ford smiles, sweet and almost kind. It's your turn to turn red when he looks at you like that. Well, if you excuse me, I got things to get back to. Yep, things. Definitely things that need to be doing. He walks past you and into the house, Stan following soon after. Stan elbows Ford and it looks like he mutters something to him, but you can't hear what it was. Whatever he said, Ford looks scandalized. Hey Melly, you're gonna miss the party. We got popsicles. I call the red ones. Pineapple ones are mine. I call dibs. But pineapple ones are the best ones. Look, I stand by that Ford has the best taste in the purple icy pops. My man has taste and nothing but this. While Stan and Mabel aren't looking, you hide the pineapple popsicles at the bottom of the chest. Dipper sees and starts laughing but doesn't tell. They're a strange bunch, these two sets of Pines twins, but they're certainly making your summer a lot more exciting as your stay at the Mystery Shack continues. Your wreck of a car sitting outside in the heat of the setting sun. It's another day of summer with nothing to do but wait. Your schedule's surprisingly clear today. Ford usually has something going on for you to help with, and if not, Stan, Seuss, or the kids do. Who do you want to find? Maybe Ford. It's Ford. You pass through the living room and what happens if you do an equal amount of Ford and Stan? I know that this game doesn't allow you to date both of them, but I feel like that's a missed opportunity. You pass through the living room and Mabel spots you from her seat at the table. Mally, I was hoping I'd see you. Come on, I want to ask something. Oh no. Oh no. Are you going to interrogate me? Mabel points down at the table with a raspberry pink coloured pencil. Her art supplies scattered across the table lie across various sheets of paper with brightly coloured doodles and lots of glitter. You see a drawing that looks like a cross between Barney and Godzilla, a page full of puppies, and a page with a drawing that kind of looks like you with... Is that Ford or Stan? Mabel's not finished with it yet, but the telltale jawline gives it away. You sit down at the table across from Mabel and suddenly get the same feeling you'd get at a job interview. It's intensified when she pushes her organised chaos of paper aside and steeples her fingers over the table surface. Mally, I'll be frank. I've been trying to find a match for my grunkles for a while, but I never seem to get their matches made. Sorry, a match? But then it's like you were pulled up from thin air, attracted to the shack by the magnet of love. It was a sign, and this week just made the chemistry you share with him obvious. You know who I'm talking about, right? The game's like, yeah, we fucking know. Polyamory option is not unlocked. Don't have enough skill points. Grunkles Ford's great with family, but he's still guarded. You're the first new person I've seen him actually get interested in. Maybe if you got to know him, he'll see that social interactions aren't so hard, and maybe love was on his horizon all along. Barnzilla. Copyright that, Mabel. Love? That's a jump, to say the least. And anyway, though you've had the chance to share some quality time with Ford, you still feel like there's a huge part of his story that you're missing. Interdimensional traveler almost ended the world. There's backstory here. You still feel like there's a huge part of his story that you're missing. How much do you even know about him anyway? And why do you want to know so much more? Because you're thirsty, OP. Mabel, Ford and I haven't spent all that much time together. Sure, we shared a couple of adventures, but nothing. Adventures are perfect for perfect bonding material. I know that firsthand. But you know what would really get his chemistry going? What, Mabel? What would do that? Just talking to him? What? No, I'm thinking something more romantic. Hold on, I'm getting an idea. I'll get everything ready. Mal, you just focus on falling completely and utterly in love. Matchmaker Mabel is back in the game. I feel threatened. Just as you exit the talk with Mabel, you run into Dipper. Kids, can we not do this? Dipper right outside the living room, and it doesn't seem like an accident either. His arms are crossed and he's looking at you dubiously. So, I heard about Mabel's plan. How did you? I just left the room. Yeah, well, word travels fast and Mabel sends out mass update texts. His defensive posture softens a bit. Just tell me one thing. I know my grunkles can look after themselves, but can you promise you won't hurt Grunkle Ford? Yep, I promise. Okay, Mally, I'm remembering that. A text notification sounds and Dipper checks his phone. And be ready at any time. For your... Oh, no. Dipper like, you're not allowed to break my favorite uncle's heart. Dipper out here is like, I will actually just kill you. Ugh, this feels awkward enough. No offense, Mally. It's just my Grunkle Ford is actually going on a date. Do old people even date? Kind of hard to wrap my head around. I hope Mabel doesn't ask for my help tomorrow. I mean, I have enough trouble trying to get trying to date for myself. Mabel calls from downstairs. Hey, Dip Top, I'm gonna need your help tomorrow. Well, never mind. During the next few days, you, Ford, and Dipper get further into DD and MD campaign you left off. You have time to flesh Alex out to complement Tyros and Ferdinand on the team. Dipper just ready to kill so young. We're proud of him for that. We respect that. Dipper tells you the 3-person troop is typically small for D&D. I'm just gonna call it D&D. For a D&D group, but you've been getting the hang of the game, mostly from taking advantage of Ford's helpful nudges in the right direction. You've noticed Ford staring... My man is having trouble. You've noticed Ford staring at you during the game sometimes, and you can't deny that you've been caught doing the same. Dipper out here just trying to play D&D, and you two are fucking hopeless romantics. After, fateful chat with Mabel, you're on edge and wait for her to pull something out of her sleeve. Every time she bursts into the room with fistfuls of crayons, you jump at least a foot in the air. But you've been doing your best to pretend everything's normal, or at least as normal as it gets in Gravity Falls. You ventured out into town earlier today and did some tourist wherever exploring, and then ran into the Pines family at Greasy's diner about an hour later. According to a giddy Dipper and an exasperated Ford, a door to another plane had appeared in the fridge instead of food. Post-documentation and inspection, and lots of skeptical squinting from Dipper and complaints from Stan, Ford had suggested they all just wait it out. It was gone by the time you got back. You secretly hoped to catch a glimpse, but when you asked Ford about it, he assured you it was nothing special. It's fucking pedestrian. Wouldn't even have ranked among his top 10, he said, pushing his glasses off his nose. Fucking... the elitism. After that series of fridge-related events, the shack fell quiet. Dipper ventured out with his camera equipment off to film something amazing, and Stan in his office checking in with his sources, whatever that means. That leaves you and Ford both intently reading on the shack's patio. It's warm and comfortable, yet the overhang shields your eyes from the blinding summer sun. You glance over at Ford. He looks calm and collected, same as he's been all week. Conversely, you've been a little nervous around him ever since Mabel's matchmaking interview. It's not that you haven't thought of him in that light before, it's just you never planned on actually trying it out. You can always ask Mabel to call off the matchmaking thing. After spending the past couple of days convinced that Mabel's going to spring an unavoidable romantic situation on you at a moment's notice, you'd rather not live with that kind of anxious anticipation. You'll settle back into your book, a paperback that Ford lent you. It's jargon-heavy sci-fi with an abstract cover you probably would have overlooked it on a bookshelf. And you think you're about to see the first glimpse of the plot after a three-chapter introduction. You go to turn the page of your book, but the back door slams open. Mabel explodes under the porch, armed with oven mittens and an apron. Mallory, you Uncle Ford, I need your help and I need it now! Ford sits up with a wide-eye look, fixing his glasses that had startled off the bridge of his nose. What is it? Is something burning? Is something burning in the kitchen? I need help baking. Ford relaxes enough to leave a bookmark in his dog-eared novel and close it, but looks to Mabel with an air of bewilderment. I can't pronounce that. Grenda's throwing a party for Marius when he comes to visit, and I volunteered to make cupcakes. I was like, yeah, I can totally bake a batch of cupcakes. But as it turns out, smoke unfurls from the back doorway, inevitably followed by a screech of the fire alarm inside. Mabel wrings her mittened hands and winces guiltily. I can't. Mabel rushes back into the house, you and Ford coming close after. You reach the door in time to see Ford, unruffled, drag a chair over to the smoke detector and disable it as easily as flipping a light switch. I feel like it's a shock they still have smoke detectors in this house. As for the smoke, you go straight to the kitchen window and open it, fanning the smoke out of the house. Mabel looks guiltily at you both, attempting to waft the smoke out with her oven mitts. Now that you really look at her, you notice there's flour on a sweater, and the kitchen floor, and the kitchen counter, leading to one lopsided bag of flour surrounded by a similar mess of ingredients. It looks like you could use a hand, Mabel. Why didn't you ask for help much sooner? I do not- Okay, hold on. Pause. Ford, you are not the dude to be saying, why didn't you ask for help sooner? Your entire life is smattered with not asking for help sooner. What the fuck are you talking about? Alright, coffee break, hold on. Coffee break to process the audacity of this man. Bruh. I'm sorry, Uncle Ford, I just wanted to make them myself. She wilts under exaggerated despair. But I need these cupcakes, and I need your help. She points at Ford. And your help! Mabel moves her pointer finger to you. Oh dear. Both of you absolutely need to help me with this. She looks between the two of you and those Mabel patented puppy dog eyes, and whatever will you had left to resist crumbles immediately. You pat her shoulder reassuringly. It's alright, Mabel. Baking is a difficult art, and even professionals have off days, and you glance at the oven that's still leaking lingering smoke. I think adult supervision might be good right now. Mabel nods, looking between you and Ford. Well, it'll be easy peasy with you and Grunkle Ford helping me. You look to Ford, and Ford just looks questioningly to Mabel. Why would you need both of us, Mabel? Because we need to make like a bajillion of these. So many. This is a huge party. Plus, the more people that make them, the more love these cupcakes will have. And there needs to be so much love in these cupcakes. That doesn't... Please, Grunkle Ford, you and Mally are super conveniently the only ones who can help me. Maybe Dipper, he's out filming. He won't be back till sunset. It's gotta be you two. Ford glances hopelessly out to the hallway for one moment, and Mabel gives you a conspiratorial wink while he's not looking, and then it dawns on you. This is your match-made date with Ford. Is it getting hot in here or is it just the oven? Bruh. You're just baking muffins. Calm down. Well, please, Grunkle Ford. Mally's gonna help out too, right, Mally? Yes, that is what I want. Heart picking up its pace, you hazard a look at Ford to find him looking oddly contemplative now compared to before. He looks to you for a fleeting moment you catch out of the corner of your eye. His attention is back on Mabel by the time you register it, and Ford nods at her. This feels like self-sabotage. Alright, what do we need to do? Yes! Okay, first rule in baking, wear an apron. Oh no, I vaguely remember this. There's never a wrong time to make a fashion statement. Mabel holds two aprons out, one scarlet red and the other white. You have absolutely no idea when Mabel even retrieved these aprons in the first place, but she's already picked out who gets which one. The red apron is tossed to you and the white one is thrown to Ford. You put it on and look down at yourself and read an upside down burn baby burn printed across your chest with a picture of a fiery grill beneath it. Fittingly, it seems to have been singed. I'm just gonna make that up. Ford's apron has some green text you didn't quite catch, but he loops it over his head and ties it so you can read it clearly. You stifle a laugh. I did not stifle that. You stifle a laugh as you read, text now clear over his broad chest. My other oven is a Bunsen. She got this specifically for him. That's adorable. Oh, I get it. Like Bunsen burner. Hey, it suits you. Oh, we have... Nerd joke. Hey, Ford, are you made of copper or beryllium? Beryllium? Am I saying that right? Probably not. Oh, no! The Ford... Oh! The nerd joke worked. It only takes a second for Ford to flush pink with understanding, fiddling with the hem of his apron. Okay, Mabel, what's our next step? The second rule in baking is to know your recipe. It's got everything, the ingredients, the instruction, the temperature. Ford looks to the counter and picks up a piece of paper. You guess it's the recipe, judging by the frilly looking photo of a 3-tiered cake on the back. You said you were making muffins. He scans over the ingredients, focused. And the third rule of baking is to forget your recipe. But that's only if rule 2 doesn't work out. How are we looking, Grunkle Ford? I was worried we'd be short on sugar, but I think we'll make it. Are you switching recipes, Mabel? These ingredients listed here aren't already on the counter. Mabel laughs loudly and attempts to clap Ford on the shoulder. She only manages to reach his elbow. And you suddenly suspect that whatever baked good Mabel had burned in the oven earlier was a fabricated failure. This child. Mad genius. You glance at the stovetop and open the box of store-bought cookies sitting on top confirms your suspicion. Mad genius. Oh, Grunkle Ford, you tell the best jokes. There wasn't a joke. Oh, look, we need flour, and I already have that out. Next. Ford reads the list of ingredients aloud, and Mabel darts around the kitchen, gathering them as he calls them out. You set to work finding the utensils Mabel needs. Searching through unfamiliar drawers, she points out to you. After opening nearly every cupboard, you come up with an array of mismatched measuring cups, 2 half teaspoons, and a dented tablespoon. Good enough. How many cupcakes do you need for tomorrow, Mabel? At least 100. You give her an undisguised look of incredulity, and Mabel sends back a series of gestures telling you to go along with it, pointing at Ford's thoughtful face and mouthing, "He bought it." That's because Ford's an idiot, honey. So since the recipe makes 20 to 25, we are... Wait, yeah, we need quintuple the recipe, right? I'm not stupid, that is quintuple. Exactly what I was thinking. If we play our cards right, we could get an extra 120, making full use of the cupcake pan each time. You would make this nerdy. You would do that. You're bewildered that Ford doesn't question the quantity. The quantity doesn't matter, Mally. Just the math. Instead, I love that he doesn't stop to think about the why, just the how. Instead, he's starting to factor in how many acceptable cupcake pans he can find in the cupboards, grumbling as he searches through the clangs and dud-thuds of other bakeware. Oof, when is the last time Stanley... Ah, there we are. Looks like we have one that's rusted and one that hasn't. Mally, get the pan that's already in the oven. If we can manage to clean it... Oh, no, it's definitely uncleanable. Totally burnt. Batter everywhere. Mally, can you... Mabel makes a gesture to dispose of the evidence of her baking failure, and you wince, but nod. Seizing your chance while Ford's back is turned, you open the oven, grab whatever's inside with the oven mitt, and rush outside to drop it in the trash can midway around the shack. It turns out to be a couple of store-bought cookies dropped in a muffin pan and left to burn to a crisp. You shake the cookies out into the trash, leaving you with a still hot but perfectly serviceable pan. Call it call it a miracle. Fuck it. Ford. It's a miracle. It's magic. You return to the kitchen. Look, the pen is actually fine. How lucky. Ford gives Mabel an amusing look. Yes, how fortunate. Everyone's onto her shit. Mabel gives Ford a winning smile, which must be enough because Ford lights up with a smile soon after, shaking his head fondly. My man is around this girl's finger. You see that Ford has brought a mixing bowl out while you were gone and wiped away most of the excess flour from the counter. He settles back into the role of recipe reader now that you're back. I've already turned down the oven to the correct temperature. Mabel noticeably doesn't look sheepish in the slightest, still grinning in front of the mixing bowl. So our next step is to add butter. I'll measure it out. And so you settle into a rhythm. Mabel measures ingredients and tosses them in. Ford reads out the recipe, pausing occasionally to balance out Mabel's haphazard method of throwing ingredients into the bowl, and you mix everything into a suitable batter. Wait, Mally, wasn't there discourse over this bit? Discourse? Hold on. Coffee break. Discourse, you say. Tell us more. What do you mean? Also, I would like to point out OP is still ogling this man's... Okay, in fairness, rolling your sleeves up to around your elbows, fucking criminal. Criminal, you whore. Don't do that. You might as well just take the whole shirt off at that point. But what's this discourse you speak of? My coffee is stone cold. I might have to get a refill on that. Okay. 2 ingredients later, you notice that Ford has rolled his sleeves up to his elbows as he works. You could get used to the sight of him like this. You don't notice Ford returning your stare until he clears his throat. Apparently your ogling lasted just a moment too long. Mally, don't question me, fam. Is it something to do with Mabel wasting stuff and Ford being a dick or something? I don't remember. That would be weird. I mean, I feel like they're both... I mean, yeah, maybe... Yeah, she's 12. Sorry, 13. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, she's 13. I don't care that she's wasting stuff in her pursuit of getting her grunkle a date. But I don't know, maybe Ford is a dick here. Let's find out. Yeah? I just added the first cup of flour. You can stir it in now. Oh, right. Ford adds another cup as you stir the ingredients together, trying to ignore how red your face feels. Oh, look at you two working so well together. It's like you don't even need me to be perfect. You know she's talking about matchmaking, but Ford doesn't take it that way. That's not entirely accurate. You're an essential member of our baking trio. Aww. After all, who else is creative enough to come up with a unifying theme for all these cupcakes? You're right, I hadn't even thought about that yet. Mabel, standing on the chair next to Ford, to reach the counter, hops up and sits at the edge of the counter. Lovey-dovey or lovey-dovey? Gah, I can't decide. While Mabel works it out with her creative genius, Ford scoops out the last cup of flour, going to wipe the excess back into the bag with his finger. That's disgusting, Ford. Wait, I have the perfect idea. She lifts her arm in triumph and promptly sends Ford's heaped cup of flour flying. Oh no. Ford fumbles to catch it, but ultimately fails, and the cup, along with the bag, fall onto the mixing bowl, sending a mushroom cloud of flour into your faces. Oh no, I'm even whiter now. Tragic. Flour cakes Ford's glasses along his nose and cheeks and forehead, and the front of his hair, to the point where the colour is indistinguishable from his usual streak of grey. Mabel, thankfully sitting to the side at her perch on the counter, only got half covered in the explosion of flour, even though she's already got various spots of flour all over her sweater. Oops. It's okay, Mabel. Here, take this and just dust the flour off. You're fine. Mabel attempts to brush flour off her sweater, and Ford takes his glasses off, blowing puffs of the whiteness from the lenses and wiping them clean with the hem of his turtleneck. He manages to clear most of the flour off his skin, but he's missed a spot, which is now where we step in. Ford? I'm fine. I've had messier adventures in my time than a bit of flour. No, it's not that. Brushes. I desperately want to touch his hair, not gonna lie. What are we gonna do about the batter? There's a lot of flour in here. I must touch the fluffy hair. I simply must. You reach over to brush it out, and Ford gives you an uncertain expression, but stands still, letting you make contact. Your fingers only run through his hair for a second, but it was enough time for you to register how fluffy and flowery it is. I can't help it, guys. The fluff, it calls. You can't help the smile that tugs at your lips as you finish. You just had some flour there. Did I? God damn it. God damn this man. Fable has stopped dusting herself off and is now looking between you and Ford with such anticipation that you're getting self-conscious under her attention. Ford seems to notice too because he takes an unnecessary step back and awkwardly clears his throat. Right, flower, mistake, let's fix it. He's like, please, give me something else to focus on. The three of you take a moment to stare at the disaster zone on the counter. Looks like the only thing we can do now is guess how much flour was added and scale the amounts of the rest of the ingredients to match it. I was gonna start over. But that's a brilliant idea, let's do that instead. How are we gonna start over, Ford? I don't think we have that much stuff. Mabel, do you have another bowl for this operation? Good thing I found this mega big bowl for mixing. Mabel presents a vessel more akin to a tub than a mixing bowl. It's clean though, and Ford transfers the batter over. Good call, Mabel. Are you secretly a psychic? Nope. Just a little thing I like to call the power of Mabel. She does exaggerated jazz hands, shaking more flour off in the process. The three of you laugh before beginning the post-flour mission. Due to the mishap, you now need 4 times the other ingredients to match the flour that got dumped into the bowl, an inconvenience, but not impossible. As you measure out more sugar, you spot Ford adding to the bowl by cracking 2 eggs at... Oh damn, hold on. By cracking 2 eggs at a time in each hand. Fucking madman. Actual mad gene. Okay, that's impressive. Show off. Look, I was impressed. Okay, OP. I was impressed. The kitchen is quiet during the bustle of measuring, adding, and remixing, but after a couple of minutes, Mabel sighs. What's up, Mabel? I don't know, Melly. It feels silly to ask about. Nothing's too silly. Well, okay, that's a broad statement, but the point is we're willing to listen. Well, Brenda and Marius are throwing this party on Marius's yacht, right? I'm sorry, he's what? You have no idea who either of these people are, but play along for Mabel's sake. Yeah? They're really getting into that romance zone. Brenda even told me that they kissed. Ford only gives a mild acknowledgement, so you have to amp up the reaction zone. Come on, Ford, bring the energy up. This is important to her. They did not. They did so! Can you believe that? I seriously cannot believe that. Ford looks lost. He's like, what the fuck is this? Ford looks lost as he continues to mix the batter together. And I'm really happy for Grenda. I am, but sometimes I feel a little jealous. Grenda's like one of my best friends. I don't get why I can't just be happy for her without feeling this way. Bruh, it's so fine. You're so fine, Mabel. You just have to contain this feeling and let it simmer inside of you to explode and hurt someone. No, everyone feels that way sometimes. You're fine. All you can do is try your best to stay positive for it, even if you're feeling a little bitter inside. And just know that eventually the feeling will pass. Really, everyone gets this way, even with friends. It doesn't mean you're a bad friend or anything. She doesn't. She's not buying it. Okay, she's buying it. Thanks, Mally. And anyway, if this is about the romance, Mabel, you're only a teen. You're 13. You just got here. Might feel like you're watching your friends get married and settle down so quickly, but that doesn't start happening until you get to 25. What? That did not have to hit as close to home as it just did. You're a wonderful girl. You're smart, you're pretty, and you can, probably, make a mean batch of cupcakes. I know that whoever you end up loving will be lucky to have you, and that perfect relationship will come your way in time. Mabel seems to brighten and smiles at you gratefully. Then she looks thoughtful. Getting married. I wonder when someone I know will get married. Jesus, Mabel. She's non-specific, but Ford pointedly coughs into his fist. Wait, we need to make these cupcakes extra special before we can bake them. I thought they already were. Weren't we gonna split this into 3 parts, add food coloring, and marble them in? No. That's just special. I'm thinking extra special. I'm thinking explosion rockets. You mean that tiny candy that makes your mouth all tingly? A quick pause again. I feel like that's gotta be really bad for us, right? Is that not the human body trying to reject what we're putting into our mouths? Is that, am I crazy? Is this the sort of thing that like 20 years later, they're gonna be like, yeah, people used to eat that and it like eroded their insides? Exactly. I'm gonna go grab my supplies. Mabel dashes out to get the candy, leaving you and Ford alone in the kitchen. Oh. Normally you'd expect the atmosphere to turn awkward, but you find yourself anticipating something instead. Okay, OP, you need to calm down. You give Ford a smile. Good job calculating how much we needed to salvage the cupcakes. Ford laughs, leaning back against the counter. Oh, I just eyeballed it and adjusted based on the batter's apparent viscosity. No calculation involved. And, well, I couldn't let all our hard work go to waste after you suggested salvaging it. I don't get it. You wanted to start over? Yeah, explain your shit. Well, I had a whole plan in mind. We were going to quintuple the recipe, and now it's more like octuple? But I think this was the better route to take. Now that I think about it, that was the last of our flour. Wait, damn, Stanley needs flour for pancakes this week. Would he take cupcakes for breakfast instead? I'm sure we're gonna have plenty of extra. Knowing him, I think the probability is very high. You're about to say something else, leaning in. See, now that Kares has brought up, like, Ford being a dick, I'm, like, waiting for this man to do something dickish. Leaning in to continue the conversation when Mabel re-enters the room. She's carrying a cardboard box stuffed to the brim with bright packets of explosion rocks. I'm back! Alright, let's add these puppies in and make some cupcake magic. You and Ford start helping Mabel, decant the explosion rockets into the batter. Ford glances at you as you shake the last packet into the bowl. Both of you know that the consumers of these cupcakes will get an unpleasant surprise from them exploding in their mouth, especially since the multicolored candy makes the batter look like an unassuming funfetti cupcakes. It was a dream. It was a vision. Then it's time to split the batter and marble them in the pan. The three colors Mabel chose are a deep purple, blue, and pink, which she says perfectly ties in with her theme. So are you gonna tell us what the theme is yet? Nope! Let's get these in the oven. Ford picks up both pans and sticks them in the oven to bake. There's still plenty of batter in the mixing bowl. You've barely skimmed the surface with the first batch. You and Ford share another look. Alright, it's time for the best part, frosting. What honey.
On the Ford. You got this, Marley.
Hold on, Mabel. Hold on, let's not do that. Just hold on. You shouldn't frost these yet. They're fresh. Or are you just making the frosting? Because you can only frost them once they're cold, Mabel. You shouldn't do it when they're still hot. It's not what kind we do have, it's what kind we're making. Okay, that's okay. Mabel presents another recipe card. Oh jeez. Thankfully, the frosting is far easier to make than the batter. By the time you and Mabel separate the sugary result into a few different bowls for colouring, the first batch of cupcakes come out of the oven 10 minutes ago and have cooled down on the counter. As Mabel puts it, they're ready to be Mabelified. Ford grins at her and starts, as he starts dyeing a bowl of icing bright pink. Decorating the cupcakes is by far the most fun part of the afternoon. The three of you sit around the kitchen table. Mabel purposely sits you and Ford next to each other while she takes the remaining spot, and use different frosting tips to make designs on all the cupcakes. Mabel had finally revealed her theme to be outer space because space is full of romance, and this way I can say their compatibility is out of this world. So the three of you cover marbled cupcakes in galaxy-worthy combinations of coloured frosting. Ford, to put it simply, is delighted by the theme. You're pretty sure the constellations he's painstakingly iced into the last 25 cupcakes would pass his illustrations in Stargazer's Guide. God damn it, this fucking nerd. I love it. In the middle of completing a second Orion, Ford gets some icing on his face. We're doing the thing, guys. We're doing the thing again. A drip of blue somehow made it onto his chin, probably from testing the icing to make sure it tasted good. It did, of course. Mabel kicks it. Mabel's like, go on, get it. Ow? Shh. She nods her head at her grunkle, giving you a meaningful look that Ford completely misses. He wipes most of it off, but there's still a streak of blue at his cheek, so we do the thing. Smear it, make it worse. We make it worse. No. Mabel's sitting here just like, do the fanfiction thing, do it. Mabel watches you both expectantly, but you aren't sure you have the guts to do what she really wants to have happen. And besides, you're not sure Ford's ready for that. You opt for plan B instead. Here, I'll get it. You reach over with a napkin to gently wipe the streak away, hoping he doesn't notice how your hand shakes with nerves from the close proximity. Oh my god, these fucking losers, both of them. Ford is also hyper-aware of how close the two of you are now, and you can't ignore how his gaze drops from your eyes to your lips as you inch closer to wipe the icing away. There, I got it. Ford's cheeks almost match his sweater. Oh, thank you, Mally. Eventually, the three of you... Jesus Christ, you two are hopeless. Eventually, the three of you finish decorating over 100 cupcakes. Looking at them all lined up on the counter, you can really see the decline in quality as you, Ford, and Mabel got worn out. The last few have frosting in solid colours with just a handful of star-shaped sprinkles on top. Mabel wanted the lick on date 1. Jesus. Can't believe we're finally done. Yes, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I've had enough Night of the Night Sky to last me the rest of the week. Oh, but we're not done. Mabel sounds about as peppy as she had all day, even though she must be as tired as you and Ford. There's just one last thing to do. Clean up, because we have a huge mess here. No, Grunkle Ford. More important than that. More urgent. More desperately needed. Ford looks perplexed. What could that be? The glitter. Mabel pulls a sizable tub of blue edible glitter that had been sitting at the back corner of the counter for, you're guessing, the whole afternoon you'd been there. Unscrewing the lid reveals sparkling, shiny contents. Each of you grab handfuls of glitter sprinkled liberally over each cupcake. The only person who seems to be hesitating is Ford, who keeps stopping to attempt glitter gradients in order to keep his earlier icing work clear of the glitter. Mabel always comes in after him though and fills in the blanks so the whole thing sparkles. Soon enough, the tub is left nearly empty. Great! All of these are for the party. Except this one's for Dipper, this one's for Grunkle Stan, this one's for Waddles. Mabel puts the exceptions aside, and in the end, the three of you grab a cupcake each as a reward for the afternoon's hard work. You tap them together in a pseudo-toast and absolutely devour them. The cupcake tastes odd, but that's what makes it amazing. It's probably the explosion rocks you can detect, a faint spice of love and adoration. Good, if not perfect cupcake. The remaining cupcakes are strategically fitted in the pantry among with the Ches Boodles and various other snack foods ready to be brought to the party tomorrow afternoon. Mabel stretches and yawns dramatically before grabbing the plate of cupcakes that have been set aside. Well, I better get these over to the boys. You know how Grunkle Stan gets when he smells something cooking and doesn't get a taste. You're not quite sure what to do, but Ford nods knowingly, so it must be true. Anyway, I'll leave you two lovebirds alone. Thanks for the help. You're welcome for my help. Mabel sends a wink and finger guns as she leaves. That child's terrifying. Your heart freezes in your chest as Ford looks at Mabel's exit with an unreadable expression, then faces you. You see... Oh, sweet G, okay. Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. I can explain. Okay, listen. Okay. Do you really? I know what's going on. This isn't the first time Mabel's tried to find my match. Oh no. Oh no. Hydrate? Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe Karez was right. Maybe they got a vision from an angry god. Why not? I need drinks to get through this. Oof. Oof indeed, George. Okay. Okay, we've got this. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Okay. You can't find the words to express your mixture of relief and confusion, Ford explains. I suppose she's at that age where kids are thinking about romance and dating. Stanley and I are just two of her recent subjects for these compatibility experiments. Last time, Mabel reached out to Mermando to set me up with a merman. She didn't tell me what kind of situation it was, so I unknowingly grilled him with enough scientific queries about merpeople to send him back underwater with a grumpy burble. Ford gives you a small, genuine smile. But I can't say that it's all been bad. After all, I haven't managed to repeat that kind of mistake yet here. Oh, I'm listening. Oof. Let's know a high 6. That's like, welcome to the fucking friend zone. If you did, you'd be surprised by how much I know about mer people. How do you think this match is going? Go for a high 6. If you did, you'd be surprised how much I know about mer people. I don't know anything about mer people. Fuck it, how are we doing? Ford shrugs, though he's sporting a light blood. See, this is okay. This is okay. This is okay. I think we panicked too early. I think this is fine. Oh, we're fine. We're in. We have a foot in the door. It's okay. I think this one has potential. You both look around the disaster scene of a kitchen since Mabel conveniently had other things to do. She left you and Ford with the task of cleaning everything. Ford rolls up his sleeves, again, a cover-up slut, and adjusts his glasses. Come on, let's get this kitchen cleaned up. Okay, okay, that was fine. He had us in the first half, not gonna lie, but it worked out. Everything's good, we're fine, we're still in the game. You don't think you've been more nervous in your life. Mabel came with you yesterday when you went shopping for extra clothes since Stan's mechanic skills left your car still being worked on, and you realized you needed more clothes than you packed. However, she managed to sneak a relatively fancy set of clothes to add to your pile of summer-appropriate clothing, and she flourishes them in your direction with a wide, brace-faced grin. Ta-da! For tonight! I'm sorry, what's going on tonight? You stare at the fancy outfit like it's gonna jump out of Mabel's hands and attack you. Mabel, are you sure Ford agreed to this? Are you sure about this, honey? Of course he did. I asked him and everything. He dropped whatever he was working on instantly. I feel like he just dropped it. And it hit the other stuff on his desk, which fell to the floor, and then he said, I'd love to, but I'll need a fashion makeover. Please help me, Mabel. You're my favorite great niece. I feel like you're editorializing. Okay, he actually said something else, but he said yes at the end of it. Now come on, I have to put the finishing touches on this perfect date. Get dressed, then come to the living room. I'm being bullied by a 13-year-old. Trying to riz forward. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's no riz going on. We're just being bullied by a 13-year-old. She shoves the clothes at you and leaves you in the room to get ready yourself. I'm going to throw up. I am simply going to throw up. I choose this. You put on the outfit Mabel picked out for you and head to the living room where Dipper promptly guards the way into the kitchen with his noodle arms. Mabel wants me to keep you in here until Great Uncle Ford is ready. I'm being bullied by teenagers. Oh, okay. I'll stay here then. You take a seat in Stan's recliner, trying to look relaxed and composed, but your shaking hands give you away to Dipper, who's reading in the front of the door. You look nice. I know Mabel picked it, and I kind of helped, but it's nice. Thank you, child. He's trying to distract you, sweet kid. You smile at him, and he smiles back before returning to his book, The Field Guide to Bigfoot. Mally, you can come in now. I feel like I'm walking to an execution. You jolt to your feet, heart in your throat. Okay. Dipper, what do I do? Dipper, 13-year-old boy, what do I do? Dipper stands up and awkwardly pats your hand. Just be yourself, Mally. Great Uncle Ford likes you. I can tell. Trust me. He gently shoves you towards the kitchen door. It looms in front of you menacingly. Now go get him, Tiger. Was that weird to say? It's good luck out there, dating my great uncle. Gross. Anyway, thank you, Dipper. With surprising strength, Dipper pushes you through the door as Mabel opens it, and you stumble into the kitchen, look up, and... Oh god. Oh god, no. Oh god, no. Ah! I forgot about this! We're very normal about this, chat. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear a fucking thing, chat. Keep it to yourself. Oh god, Ford's dressed up too. He's in a 3-piece suit with a maroon necktie. How did Mabel know your only weakness? How did she do it? Well, that and wait. He has flowers. Oh damn, okay, we're going the full traditional route. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I need more coffee for this. And I need my wine. Hold on. Did my wine not work? I need wine for this. Where is it? That's a bonk. Where's my wine? Where is my wine? Give. There is my wine. Okay. Okay. We're so normal about this, chat. Alright. Bring the game back up. There it is. You make eye contact after examining one another, and you feel your face flush red as his. Mabel beams, clapping her little hands together. Yay! Now it's the moment we've all been waiting for, the Mabel certified dinner date of dreams. Why are we letting this pass? I knew Grunkle Ford would be hopeless on a romantic dinner date on his own, so I'm here to make this one perfect. I'd like to point out that they're at least, like, addressing that we're going on dates. Stan and I did not, like, acknowledge that for a very long time. You only now notice that she's wearing a bright pink apron and that something smells very burnt. Mabel? Dipper pushes you further into the kitchen and Mabel shoves forward, and the two of you stumble almost into colliding with one another. Ford straightens up and clears his throat. His face is as red as his tie. Well, these are for you, Mally. Oh, thank you for the murdered plant life. Thank you. The dying things. You take a closer look at the bouquet and discover that a third of the bouquet are real flowers. They look to have been picked from outside the shack, and the other third are pipe cleaner flowers that... Oh, that's so nice! Oh! With glittery petals, and another third are origami leaves. Oh, okay, never mind. I've been sufficiently rizzed. Okay. Man's got me with that one. Judging by both Ford and Dipper's paper cuts and Mabel's sparkly, sticky fingers, they collaborated to make you your bouquet themselves. This is the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. Didn't know you followed how many pair. What's the damage report, guys? Ford laughs, rubbing the back of his neck with his free hand as you take the flowers from him. Quite a lot, unfortunately. Mabel found a tutorial on the line. Online, Ford. Online, Grunkle Ford, online. Isn't that what I said? And Dipper and I worked on them yesterday. They're beautiful, Ford, thank you. Ford blushes, grinning bashfully at you. And Dipper, of course. Dipper smiles at you too, but with an awkward laugh. Dipper takes the flowers off you and manages to stuff the bouquet into an empty 2-liter bottle of pit. of the pit, sticking it in the middle of the table so you can't see Ford anymore once you sit down. Thank God. You carefully scoot the vase to the side until Ford's pink cheeks and nervous expression are visible again, even if you're certain you look even more pink with embarrassment. Well, I'll leave you guys to it then. Chef Mabel, you ready? Sure I am, bro. So ready. Alright, we have officially been bullied. Okay. Mabel is standing on a stool, readying 2 plates of food, the contents of which you can't see yet due to the mass of his hair and Dipper's hat. Sorry, her hair and Dipper's hat. Ford waves at you and you turn to him, leaning forward so he can whisper to you. Do you have any idea what's going on over there? I'm assuming, problems. Oh no. Ooh, hold on. She's a bowl full of jelly beans. Okay, so I know that he likes jelly beans. I know those are his favorites, so I'm gonna say that. I'm eating them. They're for me. Oh, really? Not if I get them first. The 2 of you share some intense eye contact in the name of rivalry before you start laughing and Ford grins at you, shaking his head. Mabel whirls around and hops off the stool, brandishing 2 glasses of something disturbingly bubblegum pink. She places them down on the table with flourish. Ta-da! 2 glasses of Mabel juice. Okay, that's probably gonna kill us, actually. I think poison might have been the right choice. Oh no, we have to play along with the kid. Yeah. It's going to kill us, but you have to. Such a delicacy. What ingredients did you use? You glance at Ford, giving him the face of play along. Please don't leave me alone in this. Oh, yes, Mabel, this looks truly exquisite. Pray tell, what's your method? Are the plastic dinosaurs and Monopoly pieces just decoration for this fine creation? We are fucked. Mabel is too busy giggling at you both to answer, and she thankfully doesn't notice that neither of you touch your drinks. Ford's too busy smiling at you from across the table as you ask Mabel about her secret ingredients for Mabel juice, and whether she used a blender or a food processor to mix it all together, calling it a true work of art. Anyways, on to the main course, Viola. Mabel turns back to the stove and grabs 2 plates of food covered in cloth. She placed one in front of Ford and one in front of you before stretching across the table and pulling both cloths off the plates at once. What awaits you on each plate is horrifying, to say the least. There's a pile of 3 very burnt chicken nuggets. Dinosaur chicken nuggets, as if you'd expect anything else. Some half-wet, half-dry noodles with a slice of cheese draped across the top, and a handful of jelly beans, the special ingredient, of course. Oh, this is about to be really bad for our stomachs. The Mabel special. I'm not a fancy cook, I'm just a cute little girl, but I slaved away at this romantic dinner for the 2 of you, dang it. Mabel, Ford looks to you panicked. Don't fucking look at me, mate, I've gotta eat it too. You made this, I'm not exactly sure what to eat first, take a long hard sip. I'm not drinking it. There's so many good choices, Mabel, I don't even know where to start. There are so many choices! I'd suggest cleansing your palate with jelly beans first, then digging right into the mac and cheese. I got that bit from one of those weird cooking shows Grunkle Stan left on TV when he was asleep. Now that's an idea I can get behind, the jelly beans I mean. Not if I steal your jelly beans first. Ford arches a brow at you, but he grins at your pseudo challenge. You can take my jelly beans, alright, over my burnt chicken nuggies. You're on. You and Ford dig into the jelly beans, going as far as to try and spear them on your forks to play the part of high cuisine dinner. Ford seems to relax a little as the dinner continues, but once the last jelly bean has been eaten, the 2 of you go silent again. Ford glances between you and the remaining food, swallowing hard. Mabel rushes in to save the date. Oh, of course, I've got the sauce and stuff. Silly Mabel. What if we just, throw it out the window? Quickly, throw it out the fucking window. Is that blue glitter we used on the cupcakes? What? Yep, you're lucky there's still some left. Why is it here? Garnish, silly. Right. Fuck it, in for a penny, in for a pound, let's go. You pick up the glitter and shake some onto the burned chicken nuggets. While they're now blue and twinkly, the glitter hides the burnt bits and makes the nugget look a little more fabulous. Why? Why have you done this? I don't fucking know, Ford. She's 13. I'm scared of this 13-year-old, okay? They're pretty now. Add a little glitter and anything is possible. Ford laughs and you hold the bottle of glitter in front of him, shaking it enticingly. Come on, join me with the pretty nuggies. If you say so. Ford decorates his nuggets with glitter and your respective plates shine under the kitchen light. Mabel looks at you both expectantly, like you're going to chow down on your dinners now that they've been appropriately sauced up. Eat up, you've still got lots of food left. We're going to die. Well, I didn't take a sip the first time. I'm not gonna ask Ford to critique his dinner. Oh, am I? Hold on, coffee break. I'm gonna take- actually, you know what? I am taking another long, hard sip of my drink. Literally. Okay. Fuck it, we ball. We ball. You gingerly pick up one of the chicken nuggets and take a very, very small bite out of the edge. It's crispy and burnt, but edible to some extent. You swallow your bite and quickly take a sip of your drink. Ford stares at you in total awe like you just defeated the Grenoblin with one punch. You have glitter on your mouth. I do? Where? Oh no. He's doing the thing. He's returning the thing. You lean forward in question and Ford helpfully reaches his arm across the table, wiping the glitter from your bottom lip. Both of you flush at the gentle contact, especially since all the while he's gazing down at your mouth, hopefully thinking the same thing you are. Idiots. Fools. Morons. The both of them. There. Got it. He quickly sits back in his chair and you do the same, avoiding eye contact until your face turns back from red. Mabel squeals in the corner, clapping her hands together. She's like, dance for me, monkeys. Mabel stares at you both, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, awaiting some sort of magic to happen. You swallow nervously and look to Ford before you cup your hand at the side of your mouth, hiding your mouth words from Mabel's eyes. I have an idea. Is it jumping out the window? You tap your head with the other hand, charading your idea, further. Ford gestures across the table as if to say the floor is yours. Sweat nervously. my plan is to be a wreck. Oh no. You sweat a lot, and it's not from Maple juice. Oh no, Melly, are you too hot? Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm just going to pass out. Wait, an idea at last. It's sort of hot in here, Mabel. Could you turn the thermostat down, please? Ford nods theatrically, tugging at his collar. Yes, Mabel, it is exceedingly warm in here. Could you please turn the heat down? Of course. Anything to make you two lovebirds comfortable. I'm afraid of this 13-year-old. Mabel hops down from her stool and snaps her fingers at the two of you. No canoodling while I'm away, okay? What? She leaves you both red-faced and stammering as she skips out the door. Ford turns to you, smiling nervously. Mally, I know Mabel tried her best, but I'm not accustomed to the dating game, as Stan calls it. For the first time in a while, I don't know what to do. Do you? Bro, do I look like I know anything? There's like one brain cell in this head. You stop, thinking for a moment. Dipper told you something earlier that day. An idea in case the Mabel certified first date of dreams went awry. You suppose this is the perfect moment to enact plan B. Alright, but we gotta act fast. Watch my movements. You pick up your plate and struggle- oh, we throwing them out the window? And struggle not to laugh as Ford mimics you almost perfectly, and shovel the contents of your dinner into Waddle's mouth. The piglet chews and swallows and nuzzles your leg. Really? Bro, if it gets it off my plate. Has she been talking to Stan? I guarantee it. According to Dipper, Waddles will eat anything. You give him yours too, that way it looks like we ate. You hear footsteps thudding down the hallway. Mabel's on her way back. Do it now or perish, Stanford. I can't save you from your niece. And quick! You gently push Waddles towards Ford, who quickly feeds him the rest of the dinner. Waddles snorts happily at the two of you before settling down between your feet, content and full. And I'm back! Hey, you guys were just kidding around. What did you think of the dinner? Waddles burps. Perfect. Absolutely delicious, Mabel. You're quite the chef, you know. Mabel beams happily at you both. Also, Mabel, can we take dessert to go? I want to take Ford somewhere on this date. Ford flushes scarlet at that. Mabel looks between the two of you and nods, waggling her brows at you. You sly dog, of course. Mabel, what the fuck? Oh, God. Okay, this is fine. With a popsicle each, you lead Ford away from the shack and away from town and up a hill. Where are we going? Oh, this is it, but you point upwards with your popsicle and... oh, it's fucking pretty out here. A meteor shower? The timing almost seemed too perfect. I didn't want to miss out on seeing it with you. You both blush as you sit down, shoulder to shoulder. I'm surprised you went looking for meteor showers, Melanie. I'm surprised you didn't. Well, after our last time searching for anomalies, I got curious about other celestial stuff. Also, Dipper told me about it. Plan B. Dipper's got our back. Ford laughs. That kid's bright. The twins are both very smart and very close for siblings. Ford pauses, and it's obvious there's something on his mind. I think we're unlocking the tragic backstory. What do you mean for siblings? What's the matter? They are cute, but also, what are you talking about? Ford turns to you, his mouth open, as if he was going to say more, but he closes it. I'm surprised how close they are. Practically inseparable. Stan and I would never like that. That's bullshit and we both know it. That's bullshit. You seem like that now. What happened? Oh no, the tragic backstory has been unlocked. Xbox achievement. The only thing that would make this game better is if occasionally a little thing popped up and said Ford will remember that. Well, we were very close. Best friends. But once we got to high school, things changed. You realize that Ford's hand is resting a few inches from yours, casually. So casually, it's almost casual Fridays themselves. You scoot your hand closer to his, still too nervous to take it for yourself. What it's... Oh, Pete, you watch your fucking tongue. Did something happen? Well, yes, something happened. Ford sighs, leaning back on his palms. You notice his hand, your hand near his, and think for a moment, but decides to keep talking instead. Stan and I had plans since we were children. We were going to get on a boat and sail far away from our New Jersey home. Far away from our family, friends, everyone. Just him and me in the Stanford War, the boat we fixed up. I had a chance at an admission to a college of my dreams. My other dreams anyway. I always thought the Stanford War was a lost childhood fantasy and that one day we'd grow up and go on our separate ways, and we wouldn't be as close as we used to be. My acceptance into said college hinged on the results of my science fair project, a perpetual motion machine that I designed. The machine was flawless, the calculations were triple checked, I had rehearsed my full presentation in preparation, I could practically see myself at that university studying with endless resources at my disposal and getting several doctorates. Ford sighed again, rubbing his temples. But... It was the day of the science fair. The admissions team from the university were there in front of me, ready to view the machine. I pulled off the cover cloth and it was broken. My entire future was ruined. Oh, Ford. A perpetual motion machine has one job, to not stop. The admission teams left, crossing me off their considerations and rejecting my entire presentation, my calculations, my hard work. My chance of going to my dream school scrapped. It wasn't until I found the bag of toffee peanuts on the ground I realized Stan had something to do with it. After that, we didn't talk for 10 years. I went to university, but it wasn't exactly my first choice. It wasn't until I came to Gravity Falls that I saw Stan again, and he cuts himself off sharply, deep in reflection. He looks so heartbroken, so sad. We comfort the fool. You gently rest your hand atop his. He glances down at your touch, but doesn't take his hand away. Rather, he slowly twists his wrist and intertwines his your fingers with his. You don't have to keep going if it hurts. No, I'm fine. It's been good to talk about it in retrospect. Ford sucks in a deep breath. We fought. I hurt him. It wasn't on purpose, but I still hurt him. And then an accident happened, and I lost him again. I didn't see him for another 30 years after that. You attempted to pry to ask what the accident was, but Ford seems to finish with his story. He swallows nervously, awaiting a response. It was better now. It wasn't your fault. It was your fault. Sorry. I'm meant to be rizzing this man up, but I still seethe angrily. Fuck it. Growth. We love it. We love personal growth in this house. Ford looks up at you when you say that, brow furrowed. People change, Ford. You were a different person then. You've gone through so much since when you were in high school. I'm sure Stan didn't mean to break your machine or to upset you like he did. He just didn't want to lose his brother. He didn't want to be alone. Ford looks down at your intertwined hands. You didn't want to be alone. And neither did I. Ford exhales. He looks tired, wiser than you remember. The man you played Dungeons, and more Dungeons with seems to have disappeared. You're right, Melly. Wait, I am? For real? Ford turns and faces you. He squeezes your hand. You and I never looked at it like that. I never looked at you like that. You're smarter than I expected. That's just untrue. I'm just really good at faking it. Man, it's hot up on this hill. Sweltering even. Maybe that's just you. Who knows? Well, I have my moments, I suppose. I don't mean that kind of smart, Melly, because you are in fact a dumb fuck. I mean a different sort of smart. You're kind and caring and he suddenly realized how close you both are. And I've never met anyone as wonderful as you. The feeling's mutual, Ford. What do you do? Oh no. True love's high five. I'm taking a drink break. Ugh, God, I hate. Okay, contact. Gotta. The Riz. This chat. Not again. Do it, you imp. Yes. It's only on the cheek. I can get away with that. Okay. Okay, I can do this. Lean forward a little. Ford stiffens. Oh no, did we overstep? Are you sure that? Shut up. Ford. You cup his cheek in the palm of your hand, duck to the other side of his face, and gently press your lips to his cheek. His cheeks both flush pink, and you can feel the warmth under your fingertips. This fucking dork. Better than burned chicken nuggets? Ford snorts, resting his forehead against yours. Far better. Unbelievable even. Damn it. The old man cute. The two of you head back toward the shack hand in hand in comfortable silence. Once you reach the door, Ford grins sheepishly. I wanted to say thank you for tonight, for being there with me. Anytime, Ford. I had a great time. You stand at the door to his house like two teenagers on a first date. Well, you are, you suppose. Shut up, Thumin! Leave me alone! Let me date my old men! No, Thumin! Thumin, you don't understand. You don't understand, Thumin. What is this? Okay, guys, for context, Thumin has not watched Gravity Falls. She has no idea who this is. Thumin, you don't understand. He's an idiot, and I love them. Why is it whenever Thumin comes into chat, it's always the worst timing? It's fine. When you said Gravity Falls, I didn't think it was this. This isn't the show. This is just a fan game. Don't be fooled. Listen, Thumin, you don't understand. Hush, Thumin, we love this man. Oh, I'm almost glad she's here, like, to see Ford instead of Stanley. I feel like she would judge me far more for Stanley. Ford flushes red at the mere mention of a date, which is so adorable you start laughing. Yes, we'll most definitely have to engage in these more in these dates with you. And myself dating. He's a mess. Is he at least rich? Oh, I mean, I don't think so. Maybe? I feel like he could make a bit of money selling patents. Look, listen, Thumin, you don't understand. You don't understand. He's a wreck, and I love him for that. Oh, God. I'm so red right now, shit. Old and broke. Listen! You don't understand. Listen. He's only like 58, it's fine. He's good with the kids, I don't know. Oh, God. You smile at him and blush further, and his blush spreads I can't even read now. Thumin's got me just as a mess now. Ow! Stop hitting me! His blush further spreads to the tips of his ears. He exhales, tugging at his collar. Well, if I get to see you smile like that again, then I'd be happy to have more dates. You deserve to get super bummed. Oh, you don't understand, Thumin. I love them. Thumin, I can't wait to... Okay, you're gonna have to join us to watch Gravity Falls in the Discord because you're gonna see Stanley for the first time and just be so confused as to why I love him so much. It's your turn to flush pink and you both laugh as the front door swings open. Standing in the doorway is Mabel, who looks relieved to see you both. Where did you go? I gave you dessert and you abandoned me! You sly kid, sneaking off to go have fun by yourselves. Did you have fun? You and Ford glance at each other, grinning. We certainly did. I'm so glad! Now come inside before you get bitten by mosquitoes. Dipper yells from inside. Mine spell out... Does that spell dating? Both yourself and Ford shout what simultaneously at that. He's making that up for comedic effect. They really just look like a cat paw today. Dipper appears at the front door with Mabel scratching at his arm. Yeah, I did. You want to see the cat paw, though? You turn to Ford, who looks very excited to see this connect the dots mosquito bites. We'd love to, Dipper. I bet it doesn't have 6 toe beans. Ah, toe beans! Come on, Dipper, I want to see now! Mabel grabs you, Dipper grabs Ford, and you're both tugged into the shack, your laughter echoing in the woods around the house. Oh, God. I feel like we could finish Ford's route today. Could we? You know what? I think we will do Ford's route today, but I need a coffee. I need to go and get another coffee. So hold on, let's just save real quick. All right, I'm gonna go and grab a coffee, and then we will finish Ford's route. I don't know. Thumin can bully me more in chat while I'm grabbing a coffee. Thumin's just gonna be in here just bullying us. You gotta bully Mark now too. Mark's the Stanford simp, not me. I mean, okay, look, I have an acceptable level of simpery when it comes to Stanford, okay? It's tinged with anger. Okay. We're fine. I'm going to ignore Thumin. I'm going to ignore Thumin and get on with it. The dates continue in the quiet alcove of Gravity Falls Library and on the roof of the shack past midnight. They're simple compared to the production Mabel whipped up for the night of the meteor shower, but Ford seems more comfortable this way, and really, so are you. As long as it doesn't almost kill us with more... Yeah, Thumin's bullying fits right in, but most of chat has already accepted the old man love. You've learned more about him, but it's like he's still holding something back. In your conversations, it feels less like he's spent just a year away sailing and more like he spent half his life in another universe. Gee, I fucking wonder why. At first I thought the guy imitated his enemies. Oh! Offensive, Thumin, how could you? Listen, you don't understand. He's a nerd. You've learned more about we read this. For instance, during that afternoon at the library, he attempted to print out nearly a decade's worth of academic papers on physics, and you had to remind him about the existence of PDF downloads and USB drives. But whatever past he's hiding, you're not sure you'll ever find out. The magic Stan worked on your car has rendered it almost completely operational again, meaning that your time at Gravity Falls is coming to a close, and that today's the last date you'll have with Ford. You arrive at the Gravity Falls community pool just a minute after sunset. Pink, oranges, and yellow streak across the sky with a splash of maple tunes. Despite it being after hours for the community pool, the front gate is open, thanks Dipper, and you sidle inside, taking in the abandoned floaties and that one several times special edition soggy towel on the floor. A few minutes pass before Ford arrives, signaled by his accidental slip on the several times towel and a quiet curse at his clumsiness. Don't worry, I nearly stood on it too. Someone must have left it behind, though maybe for good reason. He picks up the towel between forefinger and thumb and something sticky drips off the deep, crisp forehead. Ugh. Ford shudders and drops it again. Children and their boy bands. Make sure Mabel's not around to hear that. I'm fairly certain she'd disown you. At least Baba actually had some good songs back in their day. Ford turns to you and you notice something. His curious expression softens as you stare at him, and he makes his way over to you, tilting his head down in your direction. Curse him for being so damn tall and cute, even though... Ford? Yes? You have a California fridge magnet stuck to your forehead? Ford immediately flushes bright red, eyes wide in surprise. Really? My man forgot that he has metal in his head. Yeet. You pull the magnet off his forehead, examine it for a moment, and then lightly tap his nose with it. He flushes a somehow deeper pink, grinning bashfully at you. Are we not going to talk about the fact that your head is magnetic? Ford sits on the edge of the pool and dangles his feet in, not having worn a swimsuit. You have one under your clothing, but you're kind of nervous to get undressed. Why? May I do the thing that you do at a swimming pool? You ask permission and awkwardly gesture towards your clothes. Ford stammers and stutters his way through a yes, you can get undressed and whatnot, and he probably turns around to give you privacy. You notice though that he peeks, just once. You don't comment on it, but you blush regardless. It's just strip. You sit with Ford at the edge of the pool, swinging your legs back and forth in the water. The two of you sit in silence for a moment. Do you go swimming a lot? Me? No, I used to swim a lot as a child since we lived close to the ocean, but now, not really. Why not? Never had the time, I suppose. I was always busy with my work, and I never realized we even had a community pool until Mabel told me about it. Ford, technically this has been your home for like 40 years. How did you not know there was a— You know what, it doesn't matter. It's fine, it's fine. It goes silent again. Ford's hand skims across the surface of the water, tracing tiny waves with his fingers. He looks to be deep in thought, like something's troubling him. Is he gonna open up to us, is the question. Actually, you know what? I will make it a guess. I think I can just hit enter, so we're just gonna... Okay, one, two. Fucking, I can't. Alright, 1, 2, 3. He looks up at you wide-eyed, blinking behind his thick glasses. Okay, I guess we asked. Oh, nothing, just thinking. You stay silent and instead start swirling your fingers in the water too, occasionally curling your finger around his. It's an accident, of course. Eventually, you both stop messing with the water and leave your fingers linked together, which gradually turns into his hand taking yours and all of your fingers intertwining, knuckles brushing against the water. Ford swallows. Out of the corner of his eye, you see his face is tinted pink, and it's probably not from the sunset. He seems nervous. More nervous than on your Mabel certified date of dreams, which is strange considering the context. That one was pretty forced. Ford, Jesus, okay. Sure. I guess. Do you trust me? The question comes in one breath out of nowhere. His grip on your hand tightens. It's fucking... That's weird. That's weird. Why do you ask that? Jesus, Ford. Okay. He rubs the back of his neck with his free hand, a small reflexive gesture, 6 fingers dipping beneath the high collar of his sweater. Oh, okay. We're doing this now. We're doing this here? Right now. Right in front of my pool? Okay. There are things I still haven't told you yet. Things about myself. Things I'm not sure you'd like. Of course, there's the great Uncle Ford side of things, what with Dipper and Mabel, but you, don't really know what happened to me while I was studying here 30 years ago. Are you ready, though? But are you ready, though? Are you sure you want to do this right now? Thumin, you... Spoilers, Thumin. You need to... turn your eyes and ears off. Ford, you don't have to go into detail about it if you aren't ready to. Ford looks down at the water at his reflection. He frowns, closes his eyes, and thinks for a moment. You've proven yourself to be a good companion, to put it lightly. Of course, the whole dating thing. He blushes. Ford coughs when you start giggling. This man is nearly 60, and he has no idea what the fuck he's doing. I relate with this. Well, what I mean is, there's nothing out about you that could do me significant harm. This man needs help. Okay, hold on. Hydrate. Fuck. Stop. Yeah, your last boyfriend was an abusive triangle, I'm aware. I'm aware that you dated the triangle, you sick fuck. I'm sorry. Imagine how hard it was for Fiddleford, though. Yeah, you're right, though. In fairness, they were just friends. They might have they might have experimented in a university, I don't know, but they were just friends. He did very briefly date a mermaid, but that didn't go so hot. Sorry, Ford. Chad and I are just making fun, and you're trying to tell us your, like, traumatic backstory. Okay. Right. Traumatic backstory mode engaged. Okay. Oh, Thumin. Oh, Thumin, you sweet summer child. Yeah, this man dated a triangle. Don't even worry about it. Well, what I mean is there's nothing out about you that could do me significant harm. Just wait until I peel off my human skin. He's gonna take you literally. OP, he's gonna take you literally and become a lizard person. Within the set species residing on this earth, there exists a race of lizard people, and they surely walk among us, Mally. The subject is no joking matter. You stare at him, an eyebrow raised. Both of you burst out laughing, the sound echoing around the empty pool, and from the corner of your eye you notice Ford scooting closer to you. Mallet, you hadn't heard of Gravity Falls until you crashed into the shack because of my magnet gun, correct? I read about the shack being a tourist trap in Oregon, but that's just about it. Gravity Falls wasn't even on my map. Why do you ask? That's to be expected. Most people don't know about Gravity Falls until they see it for themselves, or do elaborate research on it. Remember when we went hunting for the Mothman, how I warned you about the other creatures that can be found in the woods and around town? That one. There are so many more oddities, bizarre creatures, geographical anomalies, secret societies, and strange townspeople. Like I said before, this unique concentration of weirdness is what drew me to Gravity Falls in the first place, and it made it the perfect place to conduct my research. Why was the grand theory? Oh god, the grand theory! Exactly! That's what I wondered. My biggest question during these studies was why? Why was the town so strange? I tried to find an answer, a unifying theory that would pull all my research together and finally grant me success. My brother in Christ, you have 12 PhDs. What the fuck are you talking? Stanford, you're already amazingly successful. What are you talking about? Yeah, I've already invited Thumin to come watch Gravity Falls with us. We were gonna start watching Gravity Falls probably this weekend, actually, so I'll see if I can drag Thumin in. But I hit a wall in my search. I had no ideas, no leads, with nothing and no one to help me until... Here we go. Okay, let's talk about your ex. Until I found a being by the name of Bill Cipher. He came to me in my dreams, claiming he was a godly muse, a friend, someone who could do a lot more with a little help, and I believed him. Ford continues with a certain bitterness you've certainly never heard in this tone before. I put my unconditional trust in him. I asked for his wisdom, for his guidance, put him on a godly pedestal and worshipped him, even going so far as to litter my house with his image. Do you have like posters and stuff? Did you build the door? What happened to it? I'd like to think certain other people would quite enjoy being Jesus OP. Hint hint nudge nudge, I fucking guess. Tell me about the door. Well, when I consulted Bill about my unifying theory, he told me that my answer lay in another dimension, and that he could help me build a portal to it. Obviously, I built it without hesitation, without thought. And instead of being a doorway to the weirdness dimension, as I'd been led to believe, it turned out to lead to the nightmare realm, Bill's realm. He had tricked me. All he wanted was to cross into our dimension and model it into his own chaotic image. I shut the portal down before his plans could be realized, but it was too late. My mind was in shambles from Bill's influence. I should have ended it, I should have torn the portal down, but I'd put so much into making it work, I hid the instructions for its operation instead. I tried to entrust a piece of it to Stanley, but after 10 years apart, Ford pauses, sucking in a deep breath. We fought. In the midst of it all, one of us pushed a button and pulled a switch. The portal was reactivated that day, and I got pulled into it. Thumin Hu is zero clue but one goal. I spent the next 30 years in that portal. Years of searching for the answer to a new question, how to defeat Bill once and for all. But I was pulled back to this dimension, my home dimension, too early. And all this frustration came crashing down. In this tiny town in a grand multiverse, I truly believed I was meant for something more. Bill told me that I would change the world. I never questioned if it would be for better or worse. Yeah, tell me, Stanford. How'd you get home? I was pulled back through the portal by Stanley himself. And Dipper and Mabel, of course. However, because the portal had been reactivated, Bill could re-enter our world at any time. I destroyed the portal device once and for all, but what was left was an interdimensional rift in space-time left over from the portal's last operation. It had the potential to let Bill through into our dimension. I contained it, but the rift shattered. Bill entered the physical realm and wreaked havoc on Gravity Falls in an event called Weirdmageddon. What happened? Bizarremageddon would have... I don't think that sounds better, OP. Yeah, what'd you do? Me? I was captured and turned into a sideshow at the Devil's right hand, while my family was left to deal with the remains of my grave mistake. It was the apocalypse. Weirdness exploding from every corner, anomalies even I couldn't explain everywhere. It was all Bill's doing. But he breathes out, frustrated with himself. It was still my fault. As much as I want to go back on myself and say it wasn't, I still caused the whole thing. I brought Bill here, I helped him with his plan. Yeah, fuck you! Okay, Ford, honey. I love you. But yeah, that was kind of on you. But that's okay. That's okay, we can talk this out. I probably shouldn't have said that. Ford jolts, turning to you. I mean, it was! Even if you didn't mean to, you had some fault in the matter. Ford stares at you as you think, trying to phrase your words carefully. But you thought what you were doing with the portal and all would help your research, that it would lead to your success. Yeah, you read Bill wrong, but... I mean, it kind of was the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Well, it was, but... Ford laughs at that. You've never heard a more relieving sound in that moment. But you and your family managed to stop Bill and stop the end of the world. And I think you learned something from that? And what would that be? That you don't have to take on everything alone? Your grip on Ford's hand tightens. That you can trust other people to help you with burdens too heavy to carry alone. Ford nods, squeezing your hand. It was awful and bad, and yeah, you messed up. It doesn't define you. You're incredibly intelligent and fun to hang out with, and sure, sometimes I don't understand half the sciencey stuff that comes out of your mouth, but that's all part of you. And that makes me like you all the same. Ford finally turns to look at you and he winds an arm around your shoulders. You scoot closer and complete the hug, draping your arm across his middle and hugging him tight. Thank you for listening to me ramble. It wasn't rambling, it was your life. And I'm very happy to learn more about you and whenever you want to tell me more. Ford pauses, thinking. My favourite snacks are jelly beans and I hate toffee peanuts. Honestly, I kind of guessed the whole jelly bean thing by now. Ford laughs and you laugh with him, nuzzling into his chest. You feel him swallow before he presses his lips to the top of your head. He's fucking adorable. Thank you. You're welcome, Ford. He smiles at you a moment longer, then it falls as he sobers. I suppose I wanted to tell you because you're leaving soon. Right, yeah. Forgot about that. The acknowledgement that in a matter of days your time in Gravity Falls will be over should feel final, but instead it only feels distant. You sit back, relinquishing Ford's embrace, and he speaks again. Mally, what are you doing after this? When you get your car back, what'll you do? Fuck if I know, mate. I'll see when I get there. It would be comforting to think that Ford will still be in here in Gravity Falls for summers to come, but you recall that Stan and Ford don't even live on land anymore. They'll be setting sail again, exploring the seas, documenting the oddities of the world. From what you've heard about it, it's intense stuff that keeps them on the move and untethered. Ask what we'll do with summer ends. Ask if you stay in touch. Tell. Fuck it, we ball! We ball! Ford, yes? On second thought, bruh. Baby, coward, fool. On second thought, you're not sure you want to hear his answer. Your gaze catches on the pool and you change your mind. You want to jump in the pool with me? What? It'd be fun. But I have no swimsuit. I haven't been swimming in years. Ford. You're a man. You can just take off your shirt. He stares at you wide-eyed. Trust me. Ford considers this, opens his mouth and raises a pointed finger to begin his rebuttal, but decides against it. I'll give you 5 seconds until I cannibal. You shouldn't have dated an Aussie, you fool! You face the pool and prepare yourself to do said cannibal. The 5 seconds turns to 10, but by the time you turn around to tell Ford to get ready, you stop, motherfucker. Okay. Because not only is he standing next to you, but he's down to just his pants. Well, there's a surprise. I thought you said 5 seconds. Yeah, well, I fucking lied. I thought you said you had no swimsuit. I always come prepared. Liar. Ford squints at you. Well, here goes nothing. And with that, he jumps into the pool, leaving you at the sidelines, very wet since his impressive dive splash zone extended to, well, you. He comes back up for air, his sloppy hair plastered against his forehead and covering his eyes. Are you cannonball? Here we go, boys. Red Ford drowned by peer pressure. You take a running start and jump into the pool, hearing Ford's booming laughter as soon as you hit the water. Once you come up, he slicked his hair back to see you and grins dorkily. Solid entrance, a bit messy on the execution. I would normally give you an 8 out of 10. You have to give me 10 out of 10 because we're dating. Them's the rules. Ford swims over you and wraps you into a hug. But since it's you get a perfect... Damn it, I'm sufficiently rizzed. You feel your face heat up at that, and you return his embrace nonetheless. And since you fell in... Oh no, he's gonna dunk us. With that, Ford dunks you underwater. Cheater. What are you gonna do? Dunk me too? Yes. And then we drown him. As soon as I catch you, I'm gonna... The evening is spent acting like total goofs in the water, and by the time the sun goes down, you're both soaking wet but blissfully happy. It's fucking adorable, mate. It's fucking good shit. Let's go. It's your last day in Gravity Falls. Weeks ago, you'd worried today would never come, but now that it's here, you don't know how to feel. Just yesterday, when Stan told you your car was good to go, you wanted to believe that there was still something left to fix. Just to sabotage it. And yesterday evening, after your final dinner with the whole Pines family and Sue's breaking goodbye hug, you almost resigned yourself to letting go. But now, in the clarity of daylight, you realize that these weird, wonderful people don't have to disappear from your life for good. You'll always have the memories, and you'll still be able to keep in touch through letters, packages, and video calls. They won't be able to get rid of you even. Too late, suckers. Cherished friends for life! Everyone's here. Okay, cool. Do I have a playthrough? Bruh, if you think I don't have a playthrough on hand, you're a fool. Granted, I've also played this before. I played this like 3 years ago, actually. It was like 3 years? 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I think it was one of our earlier first streams we did. When you make your way out of the shack, you're met by the Pines and Waddles, all gathered beside a large tarp covering what you guess is your car. They're talking amongst themselves until they spot you. There she is. Thought you were gonna miss the big reveal. No, she just simps real good for old men. Shut up. Now, you guys, Ford and Stan each take your end of the tarp, pulling it off with flourishes. Mabel and Dipper throw handfuls of confetti in the air. Ta-da! The reveal is, indeed, your car. Besides a couple of nicks here and there, it's hard to believe it's the same one you crashed just weeks ago. Heck, it probably runs better than it did when you first got it. It looks amazing. You take it all in, running your hands along the hood and marveling at the spotless windows. Ford, can I call you next time I need a tune-up? If this is what happens when you use that magnet gun, I might ask you to total my car more often. Yes, well, perhaps we can find a middle ground. Hey, no love for me, huh? Don't forget who got you out of this mess in the first place. I could never. Trust me, I'll think of you every time I use my windshield wipers without jamming the button. You laugh, giving Stan a big hug in gratitude. Thank you, Stan. You turn to the whole family, taking the moment in. And thanks to all of you for everything. It's been fucking weird, mate. After all this, it's hard to believe I thought I'd be having a quiet trip this summer. Familiar car keys back in hand, you unlock your car and load your belongings into the trunk. Mabel comes up and hands you a package wrapped entirely in ribbons and bows, winking. Just something to remember us by. Stan calls from where he stands with Ford to the left of your car. I don't know what it is, but it's from me too. And me. Dipper simply shoots you a thumbs up, and when you look at the label on Mabel's gift, you see his name is already on it besides hers. We already know we have to save it for later. Open it on the road after you leave. Or well, after you stop at a rest stop because you're driving. Please don't get into another accident. You tuck the gift into the trunk on top of everything else, making sure it'll be safe from being crushed. After Mabel, Waddle comes up to you as well, snorts up at you. You give the little guy a loving pat. You're gonna miss that pig. You're really gonna miss Gravity Falls too. I don't know what to say, except I guess... You're about to say goodbye when Ford interrupts you. Malik, wait a minute. Oh boy, Stan's just like, oh boy, my brother about to bomb. Stan, give him a chance. Come on, kids, back into the house. Nothing to see. Thank you, Stan. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, but I want to see. No, back inside. Stan shoos the kids back into the shack, leaving Ford and you alone outside. Ford steps closer to face you. Mally, I've never been great at relationships. In college, I ruined what chances I had, and anything after that is best left forgotten. Because you dated a triangle. But I think I want to try this with you, Mally, if you'll have me. No, I think after all this, I think I simply won't. I think this will work. And I want to keep in touch, Ford. I wanted to ask for your number ages ago, but the shack's landline isn't exactly private, and I don't think you own a cell phone. No, Stan's the one who bothers with cellular phones. Oh, this fucking nerd. For the kids' sake. But I connected my watch to the interweb, as they say. No one says that, Ford. And you can send me electronic mail. Or, Ford, you're doing this on purpose. Ford hands you a folded piece of paper with parts of his cursive peeking from its folds. You almost start to unfold it before Ford places a hand over yours. You can send me a letter. This one's just to start us off. Oh no. You look up at him and feel the desire to... I already know it, you guys. Like, if I don't do this, you're going to bully me. So we're going to kiss the nerd. You lean up to give him a parting kiss on the cheek. When you step back, he's blushing. Oh no. Ah, Ford, no, wait! On the cheek was fine, Ford! Wait, I think I'm ready for another kiss. On the lips if you're... So save it when you see... fuck it, we ball. He laughs and looks at you with a warm smile. His hand comes up to the side of your face, the touch tender, and he leans in to kiss you. He's so soft and surprisingly confident and... Oh my gosh, I did it! I won! Was she taking bets? Grunkle Stan, she was! Grunkle Stan, fork over the $3 bill. And you had witnesses. Mabel's excited voice fades into the shack with her footsteps. Shoot, I thought strategically turning away from the house would work. So much for privacy. But you're grinning and so is he, and he laughs. You know, Mally, meeting you has made me incredibly glad that I made the mistake with the magnet gun. Not that stranding you here was a positive, but remember me, alright? Same to you. Don't forget me when you're off saving the world on the Stand of War. Goodbye, Ford. Ford watches as you get into the car and start up the engine. You turn onto the road with ease, and the rearview mirror sees Ford waving goodbye, as well as Dipper, Mabel, and Stan from the shack. You smile at the sight and say a last goodbye into the quiet of your car, watching until you have to focus on the road once more. A little while longer and you're through town, back on the open road. A sign passes to the right, now leaving Gravity Falls. It's not until you're at the next rest stop you think to open Mabel's gift, or, well, the Pines family gift. You unwrapped it to find the Mystery Shack souvenirs, a small knitted square Mabel has helpfully labelled a mug sweater and a photo. Yeah. It's fucking... He has no right. He has no right to be posing like that. Godspeed, man. And you know the best part of this, guys? You know what we have now? The extended ending. Okay, bear with me. Bear with me. As we pull up the extended ending and hope that is as unhinged as the last one was. I hope to God it is as unhinged. Okay. Give us a second to get everything booted. While I have another drink. Time for super panic. I just love the idea that fans of this game were like, no, not good enough. We need more. Aw, thank you for the bits. We're almost done, guys. We're so close to the end. Okay. Let me get the game capture. Where is it? Where is it? Alright, give us 1 sec. Okay, swooning over stance. Alrighty. I hope to God this is as unhinged as the other one was, because what even was the last one? Okay. One more thing I've got to change so that we're not completely in the dark. Literally. Okay. Alright, we good? We good? We good? Okay. Bring out the extended ending. Welcome back to Gravity Falls. Let's go, we ball! Okay. It's not until you're at the next rest stop you think to open the gift. Okay, we know this, we know this. Yes, we know this. So, okay. Ford lies on a cushy-looking couch, a soft teal blanket draped around his legs and tucked beneath his back. He has a hand behind his head, smiling contentedly at a book propped between his fingers. His image alone makes your heart skip, and you find yourself rubbing a thumb across his chin. But as your finger moves, the glossy photo slips, and a white corner peeks out from behind it. Surprised, you tug the newly exposed edge, and when the second picture comes into full view, your breath catches in your throat. You and Ford sit opposite each other in the fancy outfit Mabel picked out for you and Ford in his suit. It frames his well-defined torso, which puffs out as he laughs. You're both as red as the ketchup on the back counter. Mabel must have taken it when she left you two alone. In the light in Ford's eyes make your heart sink in your chest. It's strange, even though you're finally on the road again, something feels wrong. The cool breeze rustles the fragment pine trees, bringing their scent in through the open window. It's fresh... Gallant? It's fresh and gallant. It's Ford. You shake your head. Why do you feel like this? You're free again. You can finally finish your trip. You sigh, placing the items in the front seat beside you. You give them one last glance before slotting the gear shift into drive again. Something tugs at you as you tick the turn signal with your pinky and accelerate back into the empty road. Are they going to use the fucking magnet gun again? Boys. But you usher the memories away. Well, you try to at least. Your throat burns, but you swallow hard, suppressing the feeling. The evergreen scent is stronger now, and after a moment you can't take it anymore. You reach over and roll up the window. Your translucent reflection now more visible than the layered trees that fly by. Just you. You tighten your grip on the steering wheel, focusing on the sensation of your knuckles turning white, but the bumps on the backside of the leather ring fill the spaces between your fingers. The way your sweating palms slick the wheel is impossible to ignore. Something's tugging at you again, more forcefully this time, as if your whole body were somehow magnetically drawn to the world behind you. Breh, if they fucking pull out that magnet gun again. As if some invisible force were pulling you along. God, fuck, they're doing it again. Then your car is driving itself again, swerving over the dashed lines that were just starting to appear. The tires squeal against the asphalt. You grab the wheel, fighting to pull your car back onto the right side of the road, but it resists. Yanking again, you manage to get it back over the line, but your eyes go wide because now it's heading too far to the right. You only have time to gasp, and your hands fly instinctively up in front of your face before the car bumps down off the road and skids into the trees. You're thrown forward, seatbelt jerking you back into place as the car abruptly stops. When you finally open your eyes, you realize you were only inches from smashing bumper first into a thick trunk of an evergreen. It takes a moment for your lungs to force you to breathe again. Shaking, you thumb the seatbelt release until it clicks, and the strap rubs across your sore shoulder as it zips back into the slot. You push the car door. Okay, so this is a little different. You push the car open, stumbling out of the car as you regain your balance, leaning against the edge of the car door. You hear what sounds like cracking dirt, and you look up, and this motherfucker better not be standing there with a goddamn magnet gun, Ford. A classic car waggles on its axis as it stops a short distance from you, and out of the passenger side appears a familiar figure whose eyes are wide with worry through his thick lenses. Ford hurries towards you, his trench coat waving behind him. Suddenly you feel lighter, like a cavern in your chest is filling. Mally, are you alright? You can't believe how relieved you are to hear his voice again. Ford, what are you doing here? Explain. You see the mark he sees the marks on your collarbone. Oh no, you're hurt. He slowly reaches for your shoulder, his hand stopping midway when you pull away, clutching the sore spot. I'm fine, really, it's just a little bruise. Besides, it isn't your fault. Ford? God fucking damn it, you two! Ford! Honey! Actually, it is. He reaches into the depth of his coat pocket and pulls out the magnet gun. I'm sorry, I didn't know how else to stop you. You stop rubbing your arm and raise an eyebrow. I mean, you could have called. Oh, wait, no, he literally couldn't have. You don't have a phone. Or honked. I acted in hate. Yeah, okay. Ford, Sir. Kitty is right. Sir. Mally, there's something I had to tell you. Yes? Well, I was wondering. Ford turns to look over his shoulder. You follow his gaze as he stands sitting in the driver's seat, grinning at you. Stanley! Stop encouraging this! Stan, I swear to God I will come back there and beat the shit out of you, sir. Stan, sitting in the driver's seat of his car, grinning and giving Ford a thumbs up. Ford takes a deep breath and turns back to you. Mally, these past few weeks have been some of the strangest in my life, and that's certainly saying something. I've never been one for relationships or this dating thing in general. I especially would have never have expected to fall in love. Your heart is pounding against your chest now, and you're almost positive that if Ford was looking at you, he'd be able to see it. Are you saying? Ford tugs at his collar and starting to nod. He finally looks you in the eyes again. Well, I've never felt this way before, so really, I'm not entirely sure, but yes. I think I'm in love with you. Fucking... if he asks you to be his lab assistant. Your mouth falls open, your heart trying to escape your chest, beating so violently it could take you away with it. Ford. No, fuck you. Yes, fine, fine. You fool. You moron. I love you. Ford, I love you too. Ford's eyes go alight, brighter than the sun shining off his cracked glasses. You do? You nod, an irrepressible? I can't say that word right. Smile reaching your lips. I'd really hoped you might say that. His eyes dart to his boots while his hand flies up to rub the back of his neck. I understand this may be a little, but I was wondering, would you want to stay in Gravity Falls with us? It's everything you ever wanted. Well, since getting stranded here, that is. Ford, I'd love to. Fuck it, we ball. You walk up to Ford, hesitating when you get close. He seems to pick up on what you're implying because he clears his throat and rubs the back of his neck. Could I? Ford says nothing but nods, never looking away from you. Slowly you reach up and put your hand on his cheek, which is remarkably warm. You have to stand on your toes to reach his level, and even then, you're a few inches too short. You stare up into his eyes, which flick from your eyes to your lips. Then, to your surprise, he leans towards you first. You draw a sharp breath and move to him, closing the space between you. The kiss is so gentle, and he reaches up to stroke your cheek. You lean into those six fingers you've come to love so much, turning your head to more deeply press your lips to his. You feel him smile when your arms snake around his neck. Stan, you're not helping! Stanley! Shut up! Ignore him. Ford pulls his lip from yours, redder than he's ever been. Stanley! What? I wasn't stopping you or anything. Alright, you lovebirds, get in here before I leave you behind. You and Ford pull away from each other, but he takes your hand in his, wrapping all 6 fingers around yours securely. Wait, what about my car? I'll come back and get it later. Just grab your stuff and throw it in the back. You and Ford go to your car and pop the trunk. Ford offers to carry a few of your suitcases, and you're only a little surprised when you manage to fit all 4 of them in just 2 hands. He smiles and you shut the trunk before following him back to Stan's car and loading them in. Stan insists you get the front seat, which leaves Ford squished into the back with the luggage. Hey, we still got Stan in the front, let's go! Wait. So you chased me down and ran my car off the road just so you could see me again? Yep, all 6 of him and burst into- Yes, we get context for the conversation. Yep, all 6 of here burst into my room like a maniac and begged me to drive you to it. In the backseat, Ford crosses his arms. Well, at least as well as he can given his lack of elbow room. I did not beg, Stanley. You should have seen it, kid. Never seen the guy so panicked. Would you just play some music or something? You don't even like the stations I play. That's besides the point. Stan laughs and Ford blushes, irritated. You lean over to look at Ford and his expression instantly melts, replaced with a heart-wrenching smile. Thanks for bringing me back. Even if you nearly had to crash my car again to do it. Ford chuckles, embarrassed. After a long, quiet moment, his eyes catch yours again. I'm glad you'll be staying with us, Mally. Me too. This feels like home now. Yeah, small towns will do that to you, especially this one. You and Ford smile at each other, both turning a little pink at the long gaze. You both know that the town has nothing to do with it. As the pine trees whiz past the window, you let out a long breath, settling deeper into your seat. It isn't long before a familiar mossy roof comes into view between the points of the passing evergreens, and you sit up straighter. There it is. The Mystery Shack. Welcome back, kid. Dipper smiles, his hands stuffed into his pockets, and Mabel jumps down on the sagging front porch, scooping up waddles and waving his arms around excitedly. Stan pulls off the road and onto the gravel, the wheels scratching to a stop. As Stan gets out of the car and goes to greet the kids, Ford appears outside your window, grinning through the glass before opening the door for you. He extends his hand and you take it without hesitation. He helps you to your feet, and your hands still in his warm grasp, you take back in the side of the Mystery Shack. Ford smiles at you, squeezing your hand gently. You alright? You take a deep breath, your shoulders relaxing as a serene smile comes onto your face. I'm perfect. Now, this feels right. My man really out here with the magnet gun and no responsibility. Beret. My brother in Christ. Oh, but that's nice though. It's nice having that extra ending. I like the music as well in the extra ending. Jesus. Okay, we've dated the old men. We did it. We actually. Oh God. Ford making me feel some kind of way out here. This is bullshit. But now we're gonna have to force Thumin to actually watch the show with us so that we can try and explain this. Ow. Why am I getting bonked? Ow! Jesus. Okay. Fiddle Ford dating sim when? Polyamory dating sim when? When will the fans give us the polyamory we deserve? The Stan one was fully unhinged. Ford was like, yeah, Ford, like, Stan's one, we damn near died in a car crash, and Ford just, like, gave us a little bit of a scare. Although we did have Stanley leaning out the side of the window being like, you gotta kiss. God bless that man. Why are the fans cowards? Oh god, okay. That was good. We got it all done in one sitting this time, thank god. But oh god, I will say Ford's route is more comfortable to me in that Stan's route gets sometimes a little too steamy for stream for my liking. He is a good, yeah, look, you can say lots of shit about Stanley. He's a good fucking wingman. He'll bully you while he helps you. It's great. I love it. Okay, are we good? Are we done? Are we done embarrassing ourselves on stream for at least a few days? We happy? I have to go and return this pillow to Mark now. Thank you for letting me borrow your Stanford pillow. Oh, alright, we'll wind down. Thank you, everyone. Steamy old man, time fear. I have to go explain myself to Thumin now. I'm sure I'll come up with something. I mean, we could just go back to Baldur's Gate, where I'm trying very hard not to kiss the vampire, so... I'll probably play more Parasite too. Those are the two ones on my list at the moment, but I'm gonna need a day or two to get my shit together. But for now, thank you for coming and watching us be cringe. I will see you in the next terrible stream, whenever that may be.